Disc golf first came to the grounds of Winthrop University in 1992 with the installation of the Lakefront course designed by Innova co-founder Harold Duvall. Since that day, it's grown into a venue that has hosted more PDGA majors than any other course in the world. The inception of the United States Disc Golf Championship and Women's National Championship was in 1999, and our inaugural champions were two legends in the sport of disc golf. On the men's side, the first event was won by Ken Climo, and the Women's National Championship was taken by our commentator for this week, Juliana Korver. In 22 years of PDGA major competition, the Winthrop Gold Course has stood the test of time. It features some of the most iconic and challenging holes anywhere in disc golf, and for me, there are three that stand out above the rest. Hole 5, the big par 5 along Winthrop Lake the entire distance. The beauty of this one for me, you're gonna have to get aggressive at some point if you wanna make birdie, and players do that in all kinds of ways. You see everything from full max distance rollers off the tee to more conservative placement tee shots on the second. How close are you gonna push it to that water's edge to set up your third crossing shot? No matter where you do it, it's still gonna be substantial, 200 to 300 feet over water to the green. And then if you can make that putt and walk away with 4, there's no player in the world that'll be disappointed with that. Hole 17, the most famous island hole in the world. After the long walk from the basket of 16, you get all the way up here and you have to stick it on this island to have any chance of taking home the win. That final day, this hole has ruined some dreams and it's allowed some champions to walk to 18 without much stress, and it's all about just getting safe. But if you need a birdie, this hole becomes very, very difficult. The pin can be tucked into the corner. You can play to the fat side of the green and go to the right. You're gonna make a par, but if you really need that birdie score to get yourself in contention, this is a really, really nervy shot. Perfect speed required to not find that water or come short at the hay bales. Hole 18, teeing off above Winthrop Lake on the dock. Sharply uphill to start with out of bounds on both sides, but I think the drive is probably the easiest part. You've got waiting for you after you find that landing zone, one of the touchiest upshots and without a doubt, the most scary putt on the entire course with the sloped green and the elevated basket. For the fortunate few who can make that putt on day 4 and raise the trophy, it's gonna be a moment in time and a place that they will never forget.
Welcome back to Rock Hill, South Carolina, and the 2020 United States Disc Golf Championships. I am Ian Anderson, joined by my man, Philo Brathwaite. How's it going, Philo, for day 2, man?
It's going great, man. What a day it was yesterday, and what a day we're going to have again today. I mean, the scores were low. I kind of called it. I thought some double digits were showing up, and AB showed up and put a hurting on the Winthrop Gold Course, shooting at a 1080 rated, 13 under. But right behind him, he's got Paul Macbeth. He's got a bunch of host of strong players right behind him. So It's going to be an interesting day.
Yeah, they'll be joined by Isaac Robinson and Eagle McCann on our lead card.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We also have Nate Sexton joining us in the booth today, 2017 champion of the United States Disc Golf.
Absolutely.
Let's throw it over to him for a second.
Thank you, guys. Excited to be here joining you for the broadcast today. I'm here right above T1 as our leaders make their final preparations before they head out onto the Winthrop Gold Course. Weather's nice today again. It's sunny. It's a little hotter than maybe we thought, into the mid-80s. The wind isn't bad, but the extended forecast a little ominous as we see some rain coming in. It could get a little bit worse out there, and it could end up being kind of a survival mode situation by the end. So I think these guys really need to be careful and go as low as they can, as they did yesterday. This group that we're about to watch, between them, just 3 bogeys, and that was offset by 3 eagles. So incredible, incredible level of play. Thank you, guys, and right back to you.
Thanks so much, Nate. Really appreciate having you on. Getting a look at this beautiful Winthrop course. Staring in. Philo and I hiding behind that Innova banner as we get ready to tee off on 1.
Absolutely. The conditions are set for the day. I mean, the course is so scoreable. Guys are looking. I saw a bunch of guys coming up the hill getting ready to play on hole 1, and they're looking super intense, super set on getting that low score. They know they got to get back in the mix. It's got to start right now.
Yeah, we've been watching UDisc early, and Alex Russell's putting a move already.
Oh my goodness, 8 for 9. I mean, it's rare that you hear about that. Those are one of those dream stories you get to tell when you leave Winthrop Gold after the week's over. I started 8 for 9 on the front and made a big run. Well, a lot of guys are going to need that. And this guy right here, Chris Dickerson, I mean, he's just as good as any. He's chasing the lead groups down and chasing the leader down. We've seen it happen time and time again.
Do you remember your best run through this course? Yeah.
Oof. Well, my best finish is a 4th, but I can't remember my best run as far as birdies.
Stringing birds together like that.
Maybe a few, hat tricks here and there, a couple turkeys, but nothing intense, nothing crazy.
Nate, you ever go on a crazy heater?
Maybe not Anthony Barella crazy, but I've had, when I won, I shot all 4 rounds in the 50s, so that's like 8, 9, 10, 11 under.
Okay.
So I've certainly had my share of success, but I don't think I've ever done a 13.
That is something else, man. I was just talking to Philo yesterday. His ceiling is just the top of disc golf. There's nobody has a higher ceiling than Anthony Barella. He can make all the shots. He's right up there with Eagle, right?
Absolutely.
And Paul.
He's such a young talent. I mean, he's been under Paul Macbeth's wing in the beginning of his career. Guys like David Feldberg helped him learn. And that's so crucial to the development of the younger players, to have one of those top pros around to kind of give you those nuggets of information that can carry you through your career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's not something we really have in the disc golf community on the regular, professionals set up in every town where kids can go and learn. We're so mobile. It's like when we come around once in a while, they get that opportunity. But yeah, I mean, Feldberg spent some winters in Arizona, and that's how that
he's right there,
happened,
right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And boom, he's right in his backyard. And hanging around with Paul Macbeth, same thing, having 2 really great minds and athletes to pick their brains and learn from. No surprise.
I get to do the same thing today. I get both you guys here.
Absolutely. It's great, man. This is an awesome broadcast. I'm so stoked to be a part of this.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. A really fun watch for sure.
Absolutely.
So they are getting ready to tee off here. We got a newcomer, Isaac Robinson.
Absolutely. Well, he's been around on the Pro Tour a bit. He's been showing us that he can hold his own and shoot some low scores and keep in the mix. And he put down a number yesterday. He's right there, 10 down. It's not easy to do, no matter if the scoring conditions are slightly easier or slightly more difficult. Either way, you still got to maintain your composure. You still got to stay within your game plan. You have to avoid the bad breaks. You got to putt well. I mean, look at AV yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the stats. I mean, what was that, Nate? I mean, what did he do yesterday on the putting green?
Yeah, pretty incredible. As I was looking at his statistics, he was 13 under, 0 for 1 from circle 2. So his only circle 2 attempt, that would be 10 meters to 20 meters, came on hole 1. And that was probably a layup. That's an elevated basket. Maybe he's out of position. I don't even know. But from that point forward, 14 times he finds circle 1, misses one of those putts, and there's your 13 under. I mean,
incredible.
It's the precision is mind-blowing.
He is one of the best throwers of the disc.
You're right.
Absolutely.
That's crucial to your success out here, is making the putting game pretty much non-existent. If you don't have to putt, the stress levels are down, your heart rate stays down, you don't have to overthink anything.
Yeah.
You just throw the disc by the basket, walk up there, tap it in, and keep that momentum rolling.
Chris Dickerson looking in on 2 right now, going up the hill for his drive.
Wow, that is absolutely blasted. That is beyond that, sweet spot I was talking about yesterday by that little brick building there, and he's got a perfect look at the green.
Yeah, you're saying that one's 300 to the pin, right?
It's
He's probably
300,
250
so he's like in the 250 range, exactly. Wow. And he's got a big window, and he's right up there in front of that OB string, so it'll be way less intimidating than normal. It's like
Ezra? Yeah, going for the roller.
Yeah, I talked about this play again also, this is a very great play. It gets you over to the safe side of the fairway.
Wow.
Right up there on the, oh man,
Did he almost make the parking lot?
Epic. Yep, he was right up on it, and you couldn't drop a disc better than that.
Wow.
I mean, that's right where you want to be.
Nate, you feeling the roller on 2? Is that your play?
It's kind of wind dependent, but
okay.
Ideally, yeah. I mean, that's the way out. That's all my best drives have been rollers for sure. You can get way up there, you can get right. You can set yourself up in a spot where you hardly need to worry about the OB as you attack that green.
Kyle Klein, I believe, right here, a little Eagle clone. That looks fantastic.
Also playing the roller, looking good. Again, anywhere in that area over there is stress-free on your way to the target.
Got a lefty up here, Nathan Queen. We filmed a bunch out in Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open.
And he's been in the lead car here final day for USDGC.
That's right.
So he knows what he's got to do. This course sets up well for his style of play. He's left-handed, and most of the holes are conducive to the lefty, spin on the disc. The righty backhand dominant player can really struggle out here with some of these undulating greens and fairways.
Yeah, he is doesn't throw it like super far, like Anthony Barella, Paul McBeth style, but he is incredibly accurate.
Absolutely. I mean, we're in cut from the same cloth. We don't throw the disc a super long way, but we're extremely accurate. We putt well, make good decisions, stay out of trouble.
Lefty Philo.
Pretty much.
He's a good putter too.
He's younger, and he's still got a lot of years ahead of him to make his way up the ranks.
Yeah. You haven't watched it, go check out the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open, man.
Absolutely.
A great
that battle between Clemens
and Queen.
Oh man, that was epic.
Huge. After this, you got to watch this first.
After, absolutely.
Getting a drone beauty shot of the course. It's really just a fun property to walk around.
It's a beautiful town. It's a beautiful neighborhood. It's a great community.
Mm-hmm.
Rock Hill's a lot of things.
I love you get your tea times slid under your door at the hotel.
Absolutely. You stay at the host hotel and you're not sure what time you're playing, and you wake up and boom, it's right there waiting for you.
Yep. Too cool. Looks like our chase card getting up to their lies on 2. 4 great drives. Nobody made a mistake at all.
They're all exactly in position. They'll all have an opportunity to get up and down and score a birdie and hopefully find an early rhythm. I mean, like we just talked about, Alex Russell off to that hot start. And you don't want to come out flat. The front 9 is definitely more scoreable than the back, in my opinion. I just feel like it's a little more forgiving, the front 9. The back 9 can really eat you up, especially with 17 and 18 to finish and all the nerves that come into play on those 2 holes.
You got those 10 cup opportunities on the back 9 that really aren't there so much in the front.
No, not too bad.
Yeah,
hole 5 could bite you.
Yeah, or hole 5, yeah.
It could bite you, but you'd have to really go off the rails, and you don't really see that too often from these guys off the tee like that, especially with that much space to work with.
Nathan Queen approaching his lie here on 2. Looking for a solid up and not have to worry about those mozzarella sticks too hard. Looks like he's going to carry the parking lot here.
About 265 from where he's at. That'll do in the circle.
Yeah. On the wrong side of those sticks, but hopefully he can make it. It looks like he's close enough. He can
he'll be fine.
finagle a putt.
You should be fine.
Nate, you have an official stance on the sticks?
I think.
Are you pro or anti-stick?
Wow, that is a tough. I might have one foot on either side of that fence. I think in a perfect world, if we had more property here, maybe you wouldn't need them. But in order to keep things fresh and keep the course challenging, they don't bother me. I don't think they necessarily punish a circle 1 position from an elite player.
That's accurate. Yeah.
But I think they really kill that chance to make a shot from circle 2.
Fair enough.
Taking that flyover look of hole 1, 37% I believe it was, birdies from yesterday.
Was that what it was?
It's playing tough. I mean, it's not that far, 250. It's, a little flick around the corner. But, you got to shape the shot. You got to get around that little cluster of trees and give yourself an opportunity. And as we can see, a lot of people have missed.
All right. So they're thinking about getting up there in a second. AB warming up. Looks like going glow gator, I'd imagine.
Eagle's the only one sitting down. The other guys are up and ready to go, and Eagle's just sitting there chilling, relaxed.
And there's Andy. He'll be reading off the names, I guess.
Okay, with
tradition out here, right?
With
every year, 22
second round
years.
of the 2020 United States Disc Golf Championship. Teeing first, representing Arizona, 2015 Amateur World Championship and 2015 United States Amateur Champion, Anthony Barella.
That is his glow gator. Let's see what he's got for us. That had some heat, Philo.
Might be a little hot.
Yeah.
A little bit. That looks like he'll be inside circle 1. Right at the back edge.
Virginia, 5-time
yeah, hopefully
world
that
champion
okay.
and
Yeah.
2-time United States champion, Paul McBeth.
Nate's former touring partner, Paul McBeth, right here.
Now let's see if he makes the adjustment from yesterday.
Going with the zone. Overstable putt and approach. Mostly approach. He corrected Philo, but maybe a little too much.
We call that an overcorrection.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
Eagle McMahon.
Still didn't like it.
Eagle, reaching for that C-line FD3 again, very similar to your Firebird. looks inside.
Bites through.
Wow.
It fought through everything.
That thing was a fighter.
That's a break.
Yeah.
Representing Georgia.
That bush
Ashley
is
Drummond.
rough.
Nerves to start and get a greasy one like that. Yeah. That'll calm the heart rate down in a hurry.
Isaac up next. He's throwing a fireball here. Also very similar to a Firebird. For reference. Maybe some early round camera jitters.
Yeah, USDGC. I mean, it can do it to you. I mean, Nate knows just as well as anybody how tough it is to ride that wave.
You still feeling the nerves on one, Nate?
If you stop feeling the nerves, you stop caring. I think, I think everybody feels them. Anybody who cares deeply about what they're trying to do and you're here to compete and this is your passion, you're going to be nervous.
Yeah. Getting a look as our lead card walks down to the lies on one. Nobody super close here, Philo.
Well, AB's got a putt. It's
AB's
a
got a
safe
putt.
uphill putt. I thought Eagle's shot looked like it was at the bottom of the circle. I couldn't tell for sure, but I mean, if he's within 35 feet, that's a pretty standard putt for Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
He's comfortable from there. I mean, yeah, Macbeth is definitely thinking about laying this up, and obviously Isaac is scrambling for his par from there. So, yeah, a couple of guys in a little trouble, a couple of guys with an opportunity, and they can't slack off too much. I mean, they were probably thinking, we shot, double digits, but you look back on live scoring and Ricky Wysocki, 9 down.
Is he?
Through 10 holes.
Whoa.
Cruising right along.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? You got Alex Russell, 8 down. Through 10 holes, cruising right along. And if these guys start sluggish,
The field's going to catch them.
Those dudes are going to be right there.
There's enough great players in the field that
There's
it's inevitable.
too many of them. You cannot let those, missed opportunities slip through your fingers.
That looks like Anthony Barella approaching his lie here for the 2. I think you got the distance about right, Philo. Looks about circle's edge. Maybe slightly tentative. I don't know. AB's usually throws some heaters on the putts.
Typically, yes. But, he's trying to touch it in there and keep things under control and don't want to get too aggressive right away.
Yeah. So you're right about Eagle just kind of hanging out in that bush over there.
That just makes it even more awkward. And the basket was ground level. That wasn't so bad, but now you're up on this stump and it just adds a little bit of extra.
Got to generate more power, right?
Yeah. A little bit more variables to this swing. Solid effort.
It was.
Just not center enough as it entered the basket.
Yeah,
Sometimes the basket grabs them up and sometimes they don't. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't perfect, but like I said yesterday, there's a lot of places for the not perfect putt to still go in.
Yep.
Just didn't grab enough for the strong side.
Kind of got that am side air roller off the chains right out of the basket. Here is Isaac to save par.
Nicely
done.
done.
I'm glad he hit that one.
I'm sure. I mean, he didn't like take too much time, me. He just stepped right up there and knocked it in, and that's a good sign,
So it looks like we're probably looking at a par frame here, yeah?
Looks like it, man. Starting off with a par frame, and you look back again, scroll down a few names. Greg Barsby, 3 for 3. Paul Ulibarri, 3 for 3. You know what I mean? And like these guys get into this lead card jittery, thing. Next thing you know, they're right there.
All right, Philo, we're looking at 2. What's our game plan?
Wow. Well, we talked about this yesterday. The roller is, I think, the shot that'll get you the furthest up the fairway and the safest approach into the green. But a lot of guys can throw that overstable backhand, bleed it up the right side, finish just a little left of that brick building up there, and have the flick into the green, which is a safer play. And obviously, with the sticks in the way, that's the wide side, open side of the green. So, not the hardest hole. It's the placement off the tee is key.
Yeah.
If you don't get into that placement, it makes that second shot super tricky.
Yeah, we saw Eagle hit that kind of mid-level tree and really kind of took that birdie out.
It does.
Nate, you kind of talked about the roller and the wind. Is it kind of a headwind situation that roller's not coming out, or?
I think the worst wind would be
left or right?
From the left, yeah, because it's going to push you to the fence. But it's still possible. But I think all these guys have the command to go with a lot of different options here. Low backhand, if it gets windy, that's not going to be any problem. for any of these guys. And I got to give a quick shout out to our camera operators, because this Isaac guy is not taking much time. That's hard work.
He is
so
quick.
Well done, because keeping up with him, I think, is going to be tough. This guy is point and shoot.
Got a Josh Anton, Ricky Wysocki style going on.
Rick takes his time. He doesn't take any, a lot of time, but he he has a routine.
Also with Rick, he sprints off the tee pad. I am always chasing him down. Last guy throws, boom, Rick's off.
They march, man.
Yeah.
And guys like Nico, they march up the fairway.
Yeah.
They're not just cruising, having a casual walk. They mean business when they're out there.
They're
A
ready
lot
to
of
throw
other
a
guys are a
shot.
bit calmer, I mean, guys like AB, he just kind of do.
He's a California dude chilling
cruising.
in Arizona, I feel like.
For sure, You see guys like James, and it looks like I said he's got the slap bass going on in his mind in the background, like Seinfeld music, and he's just kind of cruising along.
AB with the forehand play.
I like it.
Is this your backup to the roller, Nate?
Absolutely. And if I could throw it as hard as him, I might never think about a roller again.
Dude, he rips those forehands. They're over 70 miles an hour easily. Paul Macbeth. So he's going to take the backhand option. Did an air shot yesterday. Probably going back to that. Feels like maybe an Undertaker shot for Paul.
Oh, he tugged that one a little right, but it looks like it's going to get stable right on time. He'll be all right from there.
Yeah. Kind of have to take the straight at it approach, but definitely manageable. Eagle McMahon. Does he have that? Yep. C-line PD. Very similar to a T-Bird. Maybe a little more overstable. PDs.
I'm not sure. I haven't tried it yet.
Nate, you got an opinion on that one? T-Bird versus PD?
PD's a little quicker.
Quicker? Okay.
And maybe a little bit more overstable.
Go on. Eagle's got one of these first run PDs though, I'm pretty sure. These things are mint, and he rips them. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's the money spot right there. He's stress-free zone, attacking the green.
Now we see why he's not throwing a distance driver. He doesn't want to go into the parking lot.
Exactly. Choosing the right disc for the distance.
Yep. Isaac.
Wasting no time at all.
He is throwing an Octane, which is an overstable high-speed driver from MVP.
I think it's really smart that he's doing that. I'm not super savvy with his pace of play normally, but this is a good way to combat the nerves. If you are nervous, just get up there and throw. You have your mind made up, your disc is in your hand, you know what you want to do. Don't overthink the process, you know what I mean? Just get up there, trust yourself, take a deep breath, and let it rip.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't give yourself time to worry about
exactly,
it. To get
man.
nervous.
The more you get between your ears, the harder this place gets, man.
Yeah, you guys have all done this thousands and thousands of times. Just tap into what's in the back of your brain, not the front.
Yeah. You want to stay out of your own way mentally. This place is mentally exhausting. It's not the physical challenge of the course, it's the mental challenge of this place that really sets the champion apart from the rest of the guys. They held it together through 4 rounds of like a war. This is a war, a mental war, like playing chess with like the best guy in the world. You know what I mean? And you cannot make a mistake or it will cost you. Checkmate can happen just like that. We saw what happened yesterday with James.
And
Defending
Simon, yeah.
champion gets to the 17th hole, quadruple bogey. You know, if he doesn't turn it around like today, it is game over for him.
It is, yeah.
It's,
The ship has
checkmate.
sailed. Yeah.
The course won. You know what I mean? And look at what happened with Vinny yesterday, and look at him now. This dude's 9 under through 13 holes.
Is he really?
You know what I mean?
He finished
back
even
in the
yesterday
hunt.
or something close to it, right?
Right back in the top 10. He's tied for 8th place right now.
Wow.
And you got to turn it around on day 2.
Anthony Barella up next. Can't tell if that's a rock or a putter.
It looks like a rock to me.
It does, right? You would know.
That's flying like a rock. That's going right at the basket. Drop in there. Ooh, that's got to sit down, though. Hope he's still safe. That had some heat on it.
Wow.
Wow, that was aggressive.
I heard Sarah Hokum did that this morning.
No way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Got to throw an eagle today.
There were some awesome plays from on the ladies' side yesterday.
Yeah.
Some awesome plays.
That was a great upshot. Probably from Isaac, judging by how fast it came out.
I mean, that had to have been. That took 0 time at all.
And Paul Macbeth, looking like his buzz. Sure, he's got about 5 of them in the bag. Uh-oh.
Oh, he pulled that one for sure.
Kick left.
Looks like he'll have that same putt he had yesterday,
isn't
huh?
it? Yep. Are you carrying the parking lot on your second shot on this one, Nate?
Ideally, yeah. Or maybe even a forehand skip, honestly.
Oh,
into,
okay.
Into the parking lot on purpose to slow the speed down and then skip it up.
Oh, nice. Like it.
But really, I don't mind being up against the fence either, pin high, even with the sticks. I feel pretty confident in my ability from 24 feet. After you take your meter off that fence, you can't ask for a whole lot more for a birdie putt.
Eagle McMahon, his drive went so far, he is definitely throwing a putter on his second shot. Looks like that P3X again. Is this working? Okay. Hanging out
Hot
with
again.
AB down here.
A little hot again.
I mean, he smoked that drive, probably not used to being so close.
I mean, the speed control is so crucial out here. You know, if you want to make life easy on yourself, you know, you just got to really have a good sense of touch and speed and getting your angles and getting the disc on the ground in the right place. I mean, I don't know if these guys are running for eagles intentionally or if they're just a little amped up. They're on the lead card.
I bet the latter.
Everybody's watching, you know. Like,
Just a bit.
whew, take a deep breath, settle down, get your heart rate under control. You know, like it's a tough thing to do. It might take a few holes for these guys to settle in.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Our lead card approaching their lies on 2. Looks like AB and Eagle going quite a bit long there. We're hoping they stayed in bounds, though.
There's enough space. If they kept it straight, they're okay. If it was fading, yeah, it looks like they were okay. It didn't look like it was hooking hard. Looks like AB's a couple paces outside circle 1.
Yep, for birdie. He's taken a little longer than I'm used to on him, Philo.
He's probably just trying to get his grip together or something like that. And, you know, he didn't get the best effort on it. Never really had it up in the chains for long. You know, just have to take his par and move on. Reset, regroup, keep cool.
I'm used to AB when he misses. It's usually pin high or like basket high right. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing these low misses out of him. I'm sure he'll get it going
Early
here.
in the round.
In a second, exactly.
He knows what he's in right now, and it'll take a little while for him to, you know, kind of settle in. Hopefully, I mean, we want to see him come out the gates firing on all cylinders, but you know, it seems like he's a little shaky right now. Just got to settle in.
Let's see if Eagle can time for the lead right here. He and Paul both have chances for it.
There you go.
That putt's looking solid.
That didn't look like he was worried about a thing.
No.
What about you, Nate? What's your comfort zone outside the circle? Where do you feel like I'm at the end of my rope?
Man, for as far as the distance, I mean, I'll putt as long as I've got to putt, obviously. But, you know, I'd love to be inside about 40. I feel like I'm at least expecting to make it. Not that I do every time, but I'm trying to get it in there. And how crazy is it to think AB has now attempted more Circle 2 putts so far this round than he did all yesterday.
That's right on.
That's what happens in a championship. It's hard to repeat an effort like a 13 under.
Yeah.
It's super hard. It's hard to do it in the first place.
So Paul straddling out to deal with the poles there.
Looks pretty much just like where he was yesterday.
Yeah, it is, right? Maybe just a couple feet farther down the fence, if anything. Not much. Oh.
I guess that's where the argument comes. Does it make the course just harder, or does it make it better?
I like Nate's kind of thought about how it makes you get it closer to have a good putt.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I come from a golf background, and that'd be like having mini golf stuff on the Pro Tour on the green. You know what I mean? There's a hump and a box and a cup and a bowl, and you got to miss all these things to make it in the hole. Like, to me, it just seems kind of silly. I like it. I mean, there's plenty of courses and plenty of places where the natural, you get trees
that look
in
already?
the area create those obstacles for us to deal with, and at times they're annoying, but you got to work around them because it's a part of the course. And when they add something like that to the course, to me, it's like, not my favorite. Just my opinion.
Yeah, everybody's got one.
Opinion.
All right, we're taking on to hole 3. I got hazards all the way around the left-hand side of the fairway. I know you're going rock. You Sexton Firebird?
Absolutely.
Yeah. On the forehand line, fading back towards the basket. We'll see what our lead card has in store for us.
Well, a little over 40% of the field netted birdie on this yesterday, so I expect to see these guys take full advantage of this hole and try to get some kind of rhythm going. You know what I mean? And it's not the hardest hole out here. It can bite you if you're a little off on the speed and you know, blast it out the back or saw it off a little early and soft, but most of these guys have a great flick, and they can just play that wide side, keep it safe, aim at that box that you're looking at there in the overhead view, that pentagon looking thing there.
Yeah.
And just kind of sail it right inside of that. It's a great aiming point.
It's like Eagles going putter, P3X here. There's an S-line one for the record. Touch of Annie. Is it going to hold long enough, Philo? Was it going to go in?
Go in. Ooh, just drops out, but
Wow.
right outside the bullseye. Stress-free birdie putt. Great throw.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely beautiful. Isaac, he is reaching for an electron entropy. Mid-range from MVP. Getting it down there.
Beautiful.
Wow. That's the kind of shot you were talking about. You had like a hugging the right-hand side with
the
that
right
mild
side
hyzer.
of the trees, keep it low, keep it tight, make sure that it's going to get that overstable kind of finish. And any kind of mid-range disc, there's no way it's dragging 70 feet from before the circle all the way out the backside.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's just not going to happen. It's the smartest, safest play if you're the righty backhand. And
AB channeling his Nate
that's got
Sexton.
ooh, all right, nice.
That worked.
That's great.
Yeah.
Inside the circle, stress-free putt.
Paul going with that big Z Luna again.
That's right in Paul's wheelhouse.
Yeah. Good, not great.
Yeah, solid.
Mhm.
A couple more feet of air under the disc and he's under the basket.
Yeah, absolutely. Checking out our leaderboard here in a second. Eagle McMahon tying Anthony Brella with that putt on 2.
Yes, sir.
And Chris Dickerson with a 3 down right now. Also well, look at all those 13s, Philo.
Hey, man, it's going to be a battle. I wonder who it's going to boil down to, if it's going to be a 4-man race. I mean, it could literally be any of these guys. You see
Any
their
of them.
name on the board right now.
Yeah.
You know, they just got to keep pace. Just keep pace, because the tournament really doesn't really happen until the final 9 holes. You know what I mean? That's when it becomes like a match play, a mano. But for right now, just keep pace, keep making birdies, stay out of trouble.
Yeah, don't worry about the other guy. Just throw your best shots. And
I mean,
throw
we
your
saw
plan.
Heimberg yesterday, and he looked rattled when he got to hole 15.
He
you know
looked
what I
shook,
mean? And now
man.
look at him. He's just cruising right along. You know, he found his rhythm. You know, he's found his confidence. And if that guy does that 3 more times, you know, 2 more times after today, you never know where that might put him.
So our lead card just getting down here to their lies on 3. I believe Paul Macbeth will be out first, possibly. Yeah, looks like it.
It is so quiet out here.
With no spectators, man.
It is eerie. We're so used to these monster galleries and the roars and the cheers and the golf carts running around everywhere.
Paul for 2.
It's routine,
There it is.
just like in his garage. You see his putting setup on Instagram?
Uh-huh.
This dude, he and Brody have like the most elaborate indoor putting practice area I've ever seen.
Little par 2 course.
Big time.
AB looking to get on the board.
No.
Oh, he's still... I feel like he's still slightly out of rhythm, Philo.
I don't want to speculate, you know. I mean, all we can do is really just imagine what he's going through right now. He's he's in the hot seat.
It is, yeah.
You know,
Everybody's staring at you.
it's so tough to be the guy that most people don't anticipate as being the leader, and all the pressure that you kind of put on yourself to stay in that position. It's a tough place to be. The body can react so strangely to that.
Sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate.
You know, in your mind, you know what you're doing, but you know, it's like, it's tough, you know, like the emotions that go through your body that changes things.
It does. Let's check out Chris Dickerson on hole 4.
Love the shape of this.
Ooh, it needs to settle though.
That's nice. Oh, that's in borderline out of position.
Yeah, let's see what he can manufacture from over there.
Okay, so he just played the layup.
Okay.
Oh, no, he didn't. Come on, man.
That was nasty, man.
That's why this guy's so dangerous, man. You know, right when you think there's no chance this guy's making birdie, he does something like that.
Robot chicken, man.
I played with that guy, I think 2 of the rounds at Disc Golf Pro Tour finale last year, and he did that to me the whole round.
Just banging those jumpers.
Just everything, man. He would throw the disc off the fairway, and all of a sudden it just come out of nowhere, smash into the basket, and you're like, dude, come on. I'm trying to, you know, just come on, man, you know.
I'm just trying to hang, and you're doing that.
Yeah, it just almost feels like no matter what you do, like he's got something up his sleeve. No matter how bad his shot gets, something good happens for him. It's incredible. His mental fortitude is on another level. He trusts his game completely.
Yeah, he does. And when his jumper's working, it is scary for the rest of you guys. On to hole 4. Got that Mando on your second shot. Kind of curling back towards the tee almost. Eagle McMahon on the box. He's got an FD3. Try and get out there and get right a little bit, but not too soon. Oh,
in case you hadn't noticed, Chris Dickerson is now tied for the lead.
Wow.
14 down, 4 for 4 to start the round. He's motivated.
That could get hot. That already is hot. Hopefully keep it rolling. Here's Isaac. Is he okay there?
I don't know. What do you think, Nate? Has he got to play from there?
That was a bad break. I think
yeah.
that tree is going to take him out of birdie position. That's my prediction.
That was a trace out of Isaac. Macbeth? Is he cool? Buzz? Possibly Undertaker. He went long quite a bit yesterday. It looks like he's corrected. Oh,
ooh,
tree correction.
That's the break of the day right there so far. That was going into no man's land and kept him right on the edge. He should have a nice little straddle out flick into the green from there.
Anthony Barella looks like his Firebird. Or is that a
Halo
Destroyer? I think it is a Halo.
No.
Did he leave it wide?
No, he whacked the mature one right in the middle. So he's only the best he can do is scramble for his par. So it's been a really tough start for AB round 2 out here.
Can't keep talent like that down too long though, Philo.
No, he can't. He's just got to settle in, you know, like once he gets the rhythm going, hopefully, you know, gets one under his belt. Maybe it'll kind of break the ice, you know what I mean? And he'll kind of relax a little bit. You know, right now he looks real quiet. Nobody's talking. Remember what we said about yesterday with the couple of cards we watched? Mm-hmm. The guys are chatting and they're having a good time. They're walking away from hole 4 like, yeah, that was cool. And,
yeah.
You know, blah, 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 you know, and it's like there's no conversation happening right now.
Yeah, it's a serious card today. It's
absolutely.
It's a major.
It's a serious moment.
Yeah.
You know, it's our only major of 2020. You know, they know somebody's got to get it.
Yep.
You know, they all want it to be them.
This is the life-changing turning win of the year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is a career changer for a guy like AB.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Paul Macbeth is established, you know. I mean, Eagle McMahon is established. You know, a guy like Isaac, he wins USDGC. That's changing his career.
Yeah.
You know?
How do you feel like it affected your career, Nate, when taking down this tournament?
Man, positively.
Yeah. Other than
first off, I think it was You know, the thing that I was struck most by, I think, was just it felt like it validated every choice I made to get to the level I got to.
That's really cool, man.
Where it was kind of like you question yourself, like, hey, I could have gone a lot of paths with my life, but a win like this, it was like a legacy thing for me, and it gave me a lot of confidence too.
That's great.
Absolutely. You played a great 2018 campaign right after that. You know, the next season was solid for you. You know, and you've always been a solid player, but you backed it up, and that's not the easiest thing to do. You know?
True words, sir.
It's not easy. Being consistent is not easy.
So here is where Eagle ended up, short right of optimal. What's he plan, just to make the Mando right here?
Well, that's first and foremost.
Yeah.
He's got to make the Mando. If he wants to get aggressive and try to play something to really banana that disc around and try to give himself a long putt, I mean, it's there, but I mean, he's really going to have to work for it. There he goes, the big hard flare, try to knurl around and give himself a look at the basket, but you know, he's still circle 2 range.
Yeah.
And you know, we saw what Chris Dickerson just did a moment ago. I mean, Eagle can do the same thing, but he's going to have a choice to make. Do I want to play this aggressive? Do I just want to salvage my par? Do I want to take the run, and if something bad happens, now I'm a little more under stress and under duress to save my par?
I was wrong about which tree Isaac hit.
Apparently so.
He's farther up.
Yeah,
I thought
he
it was
was.
one tree sooner.
Gotcha.
He actually wasn't in a bad spot at all. I thought he was pinned up against the one Eagle was next to.
I was with you on that. Yeah, it looked like it.
His second shot wasn't as tight as he would have liked it, though. He kind of ended up in those cypresses a bit. He's going to have an obstructed putt.
And here is Paul in much better position than yesterday.
Absolutely. Just don't want to finish early again, and that's, again, a little long. He's over there with Isaac. Can have a little bit of
Eagle had
tree
that
in
look
his way.
yesterday.
Yeah, probably from a knee or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it gets really short in there really quick, and Paul knows it.
Once you cut the corner, or get around the corner, sorry, there's not a lot of room depth-wise to make that shot work.
Not too much.
See how close AB can put it here on his third. Looks like the gator. Oh, no. Okay.
Knurl a little more.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Got out of
That's
that stuff.
a little bit of an easier putt. You should be able to take a normal stance from there.
Yeah, that is.
That's always important.
Oh,
You
it's
know,
a
like we
huge
all have
bonus.
a certain style of putt we like to do. Like Nate, he likes to putt from the straddle. You know what I mean? And like pretty much any putt you can do from the straddle. But if you're an inline putter and you're used to having that leg behind you and there's a bunch of stuff right there, then it kind of alters your normal rhythm. It alters, not saying that all of us can't make straddle putts, but when it's not your normal thing, it makes you think a little more.
Yeah.
Those are all things you want to avoid out here.
Thinking you want to just throw that disc in the target.
Eagle, that same soft Annie bid.
Oh, wow.
He went for it.
It was a great measured bid as well.
Oh, absolutely. I love the style of putt that he put on that. A lot of guys are just going to get aggressive and just put like a flat or a hyzer putt on it. And if you miss, then you have a lot of heat and a lot of glide left on that. And the way he threw it, it just died out right at the basket.
Quick update as we look at this putt, but Drew Gibson has aced the elevated hole 14.
No way.
I wonder if they got that on footage. That would be epic.
Man, I hope, but I don't think so.
Maybe somebody on his card.
Somebody
got
with
it
a
or
phone,
something.
maybe?
Yeah, I mean, this is the bad part of not having any fans out here, you know. Nobody can capture these things.
That's right.
That's the bummer.
Here's Paul from slightly in the tree.
Could you imagine your, most favorite USDGC moment not being captured and there's all these cameras out here?
Should have played better. Should have been on a higher card.
You're not wrong, sir.
You said it, man.
Paul's taking his time with this one too. Trying to get comfortable down there.
This is the opposite from yesterday.
Oh, that's right, huh?
He was on the other side of the circle.
Made that one though.
And he makes this
And
one.
he makes this one, of course.
Nobody's surprised.
Nope. It's almost exciting watching other people putt because you don't know if it's going to go in or not.
Well, Paul's missed some. He had a rough go a few events this year. I mean, Deglow, he was back in the middle of the pack with me final round, and it can happen to the best of us.
Sure.
You know? Calvin tracked him down last week. You
Yep.
know, I mean,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Paul had it was a bit of a rough putting day for Paul, which is don't see too often, but they happen to everybody. No, AB. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I'm going to run out there and give him a hug.
Ugh.
Well, got that one. Dang it. Rough start for our friend Anthony, slipping back to 12. As Eagle cleans up a par. Paul with the birdie, tying him for the lead now, and got that Eagle-Paul battle shaping up. Hopefully AB can get back in the mix. I'm sure he can.
This is a great hole to do it. I mean, hole 5 is a great hole to birdie. You know, the 1,000-foot par 5, just over 1,000 feet. You know, you're throwing 380 off the tee, get in position, throw another 380 up the fairway, get in position, and then you're picking your poison crossing the water. If you're a sidearm dominant hand, you know, it sets up a little bit more comfortably. Yeah, you got to take it over the water a little bit, but there's plenty of land to work with when you're throwing the righty backhand. That OB left and short, it looks scary, and those trees, because usually you got to kind of shape something at the trees and then hook up. You know what I mean? So this is a great hole for AB. He's got plenty of distance. He's got plenty of speed. This hole should feel relatively, you know, standard business for him.
Yeah.
He's got to lighten up a little bit. You know, it's so, I feel hypocritical saying that, you know what I mean? Because I know how hard I am on myself when I'm out there, but it's important to just breathe and try to find some kind of joy in that moment. Like, okay, I know this isn't going my way right now, but I can turn this around, you know? And it's hard to do. I'm the most, I'll put my hand up first. I'm that guy usually, but over the years, as I've been learning, you know, like, it's been a slow process for me, but you got to find a way to turn your frown upside down, as they say.
There you go.
You know, and get a little smile on your face and go, okay, let's settle this down, you know, let's get this, you know, ship righted. Let's get under control. And he's got the skills.
Oh, he does. That's,
you know, he's
never
got to
a
get off
question.
of his phone, you know, stop looking at scores. Don't worry about that stuff. Just focus on one shot at a time. Maybe have a little laugh with a couple of the guys. Yeah, that was a rough start, huh?
Yeah.
You know, something, you know, I think that'll help him come back. You know, you don't want to just kind of isolate yourself like that.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned that lesson the hard way.
It kind of just snowballs, right? When you,
Yeah, and then, you know, people start saying stuff to you after the round, and, you know, they make comments and they send you messages. Oh, you looked really bummed. And like, well, yeah, I was on the lead card at the U.S. Open, you know, and I didn't have the best start. You know? Well, of course I'm going to be a little frumpy, you know, but you can shake it off. There's still plenty of golf to play.
Oh, yeah. And
One
it's
mistake-
USDGC.
One
Strokes
mistake's
fly
not going to kill you.
all over the place out
They
here.
surely can, you know. Paul Macbeth could grip lock this right into the water and take a 6. You know, probably not going to happen,
Probably
but
not.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It could happen.
There's mistakes to be made out here. You're bound to make at least one of them. Speaking of one mistake, I think this was Anthony's only OB stroke yesterday. Was on hole 5. Still got the par though.
He still got his par.
Yeah. There's Paul. I think he's happy with that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, a little bit out of position up on the high side, but not badly out of position.
Yeah. Eagles going Cloudbreaker. So we know this is all backhands for you. Is this all forehands for you, Nate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ideally, yeah. There's situations where I might throw the second shot backhand.
Okay.
But that's the only one that might be a backhand.
If you're closer to that last mature tree, then you go the backhand.
Or if my forehand off the tee is down left,
Yes.
then I'll play
You got
the
more room.
backhand big hyzer.
Yes.
If I stay upright like we saw Paul do, then it's just going to be forehands all day.
Absolutely. There's no reason to take a backhand to that shot if you've got the sidearm play.
Yeah.
You're just adding risk, and yeah, the technicality of the shot's much higher.
Eagle putting that Cloudbreaker way down the fairway. Isaac, he is reaching for a neutron reactor.
I love the shape of this shot. I love the shape of that shot. That was gorgeous.
I remember when I told you he has a brother that's really good yesterday?
Yes.
I wasn't lying. He really does.
Kind of like the Earharts?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And AB, gotta imagine that's a Halo Destroyer. That looks
He
great.
crunched that one. He smushed that one. Oh, yeah.
I think there might even be more than 2 Robinson brothers.
Yeah?
That
Okay.
are quite good.
All right.
There might even be more than 2. Someone maybe need to check that fact for me, but they're a disc golfing family.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. More and more of that. We're starting to see the whole family get engaged and get involved in the disc golf scene, you know, and actual family organized events and stuff like that. Taking a look back on Dickerson's 5th hole real quick, hole 5, that drive was
mushed, Philo.
mushed. That thing's still
Wow.
fading out. Wow, way up the fairway.
Perfect flex right there.
Let's see what he's going to do for his second. Little setup shot. It's got to fade.
Oh,
Ooh,
good
yeah,
shot.
so he's on the high side. So what's he going to do from there?
You know he's got it.
That's the shot I was talking about, shaping it towards the trees.
Wow.
Drag it out, and look at this.
Robot chicken. Oh,
Unbelievable.
Wow.
that was exceptional.
Absolutely. Hands down. Most guys are not pulling that shot off in the bullseye.
No.
They'll get over there, but they're not bullseyeing
Yeah.
that shot. That was from about 4 1/4.
Man, he hit
You know?
the bullseye in the bullseye too. That was.
Back to the live feed here with Macbeth at his second shot. What'd you have for us, Nate?
I got an update as we watch Macbeth line this up. What could end up being one of the big stories of the day, Alex Russell, minus 12 through 13.
He's keeping it going.
Putting percentages, straight 100. His putter has not touched the ground yet.
Wow.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Paul Macbeth taking the hyzer on his second shot here on hole 5. He's jumping.
Oh no!
What
he
happened?
caught one of the.
Oh.
Oh, he's going to be in one of those Chris Dickerson areas. He's going to have an option here, dude. He's got a strong enough flick. He can still get up and down.
Mhm.
He doesn't like it, but I mean, he can still manufacture birdie from where he's at.
Alex Russell, though. Wow, that's a story, man. Isaac, his second. That is a vector.
Yeah, he smushed that one. He's totally in the sidearm range now. I don't think he'll be trying the backhand from there. It'd just be too awkward. you
Yeah.
know?
Eagle after that cloudbreaker drive. Coming up short of Anthony Barella, man. Shows you where his forehand's at. Should be an FD3 from Eagle here.
Eagle played smooth and steady on the front yesterday. He only shot a 4 down on the front, wasn't it? Something like
Yeah,
that?
I
It was
think you're
like
right.
4, 4, 4, 3 on the card.
Yeah, that's right.
Then he turned it on the back, you know what I mean? So he's right where he wants to be. I mean, Chris Dickerson's now in the lead at 15 under, making that tap-in birdie on hole 13.
Don't let that guy on chase cards. He just goes full maniac when he's around chase card. He
I mean,
just starts burning everything.
Yeah, I mean, or you get out a little early like Alex Russell and you don't have one of those main sharks on your card and the pressure's off and
Yeah.
everything just feels a little less stressful.
Great shot by AB right there.
Absolutely.
Way down the fairway and close to water, making that water carry a little easier for him.
Yeah, he needs to get this birdie right now, you know, to get him back in the battle, get him back in the hunt, get his confidence up, you know, perk him up a little bit. You know, like
Yeah.
this is an important hole for AB right now.
Yeah, it's no guarantee Paul and Eagle are going to get it either, so a chance to get a stroke on him.
Absolutely. I mean, just for his own, you know, state of mind. That's,
Yes.
that's really what he needs that for.
So our group walks down the fairway on 5.
Such a beautiful hole.
It is.
Challenging and beautiful.
Our chase card's over on 6, playing the beach right now. Looks like
Taking a look at Chris Dickerson's drive.
get a little skippy. Come on.
Chicken robot. Is that what you called him?
Robot chicken, but
Robot chicken.
yeah. So
Interesting.
the story is the robot's from like his, you know, obviously, it's obvious, right? He's
Correct.
Very, very robotic in his, you know, practicing, but the dude loves chicken apparently. Nate
doesn't
can't
love
confirm.
chicken?
He's about as picky an eater as you'll find.
Really?
Like he's like a chicken tenders and cheese pizza type of guy. But it
So
works
he's,
for
he's
him.
like the Patrick Mahomes of disc golf, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll take a filet mignon with ketchup, please.
All right, he's going for a Philo.
Are you surprised?
0%, pretty
That's
much.
gotta get down in a hurry.
Sit.
Well, he's playing from there. He's putting for his par, right?
Yeah, I see it.
So, I mean, He can make that putt, but he is not happy about that.
That's kind of the second overcorrection we've seen out of Paul so far. We saw
Yes, sir.
one, and we saw this one where he went way long right.
Yeah, he was getting a little aggressive to the target, and you got to think safety first. Safety first, land safe. And I mean, he knows that, but obviously, like we were saying, that position over there is out of position.
Yeah.
That lie is out of position, and like it makes the technicality of the shot way high.
Eagle. Next with his third shot. So he's reaching for the cloud breaker, DD3. Very similar to a Wraith, I'm told. Boom sauce.
Very nice. That looked boring.
It really, it
for
was
Eagle.
one angle shot,
I'm telling you, man, if you have that play, I mean, this is why I believe Nate won this tournament. It is an advantage on this course if you can move the disc with lefty spin on it. This course sets up for that. The righty backhand player has to work so much harder. The landing zones are so much smaller.
AB trying to carry the water on his third.
He's got to get
Did he
down.
leave it wide
Get
enough?
in the hole. Ooh.
Sit.
Oh, he's
Yes.
good. He's good. There we go.
There we go,
Great
AB.
bounce back shot there by AB. Great hole to get himself back to level for the round, build a little confidence, hopefully kind of pick up a little momentum here.
Yeah, that putt's far enough out to build some confidence, but close enough he's going to make it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too close to miss, as they like to say.
Yeah. Isaac eyeing down his third shot right now. I'll be reaching for a vector most likely, but we'll see. Flexing the backhand over there.
I like it. It's got to get down. There you
All
go.
right, just inside the circle.
Inside circle one. That's a good place to be, putting for birdie.
And away from the water even.
Absolutely. That'll do.
Get a little break here while lead card walks up around the corner.
I wish there was some kind of way for us to engage with the people watching, sometimes, because that trivia question yesterday was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It would have been fun to see what people came up with. And, that whole thing of top finishes from the underrated, I mean, a guy like Isaac Robinson would qualify for that category. You know what I mean? A guy like Alex Russell would qualify. You know what I mean? He's not underrated as far as his abilities, but he's kind of like under the radar, if you will.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
that's a good way
Top
to put it.
finishes from players flying under the radar would have been a better title for that. But I had a couple other names I just wanted to throw out there. Give a shout out to a couple of the
Yeah.
old timers. How about Larry Leonard and
Yeah.
a guy like Al Shack? And there's this one really cool guy. I heard of this dude. His name was Daryl Nodlin from North Dakota.
I've heard of this guy for
I don't
forever.
know who this person is.
Have you heard
I've
of him,
never
Nate?
met. I don't think
yeah.
I've
Have you
ever
met
met
him?
him.
Just briefly. I think I've seen him out here competing in some of the early USDGCs that I played. I think he's probably pushing 50 now.
Okay.
But yeah, just a guy who's been perennially 1035, 1040.
I was going to say, right, it's still like 1030 rated or something
Yep.
like that.
Maybe I have met him, and it's just been so long, and I just don't remember. I've met so many people over the years, traveling, doing laps around the globe. But, I was talking to Schwebby about this, and unfortunately, Schwebby did not make the cut on Monday. He's been here
Yeah.
pretty much every year, minus the performance flight. And he was saying the cool thing about this Daryl guy was he would bring this spare shoe that if he had bad footing, he would change his shoe in the middle of the round like a cleat. Have we ever seen anybody do something like that? I mean,
That is next level disc
could
golf.
you imagine seeing that happening nowadays? Like a guy's like, I really want to wear my Vans, but if the grass gets a little wet, I'm going to carry this one shoe, my plant shoe.
Ooh, there's a bogey for Paul right there, guys.
Uh-oh.
The plant shoe.
Rocky second round go for Macbeth.
Yeah.
We're used to seeing him just cruising right along, and a couple of early mistakes, missing on some birdie opportunities, and that OB stroke, and now a missed putt.
Isaac looking for his birdie.
Taking no time at all. Cool as a cucumber.
Cam Todding it, as it were.
I'm telling you, I don't know his normal routine, but if he made up his mind before he started today, I am wasting no time. He made the right decision.
There's
AB,
there's
there we
AB.
go.
That's his rhythm, man. Like, very much closer to that than
Line
what
up
we've
and
been
go.
seeing.
So you think he's overthinking the
I
process?
really do, yeah.
Okay.
It seems like it. Watching him stare at those first couple.
I remember when we played down in San Diego earlier this year, you know, and the wind was up a little bit at times, you know, and he kind of had that rhythm a little bit slower.
Yeah.
That timing, you know, and that's kind of what I thought I was saw in here. Maybe just making sure he had his mind made up, but
I don't know.
maybe you're seeing something a little different, you know, like maybe the putts weren't as difficult as we thought they were, and he was just taking a little longer.
Maybe that's what it
thinking
is.
about things.
All right, we're on to hole 6, and they're trying to go to the beach.
Why don't you break this one down for us, Nate?
This is a tough hole. You got the OB down that entire left side, and then you got OB if you go a little bit too straight. And all OBs are going to take you to that drop spot, which is just a death putt from 47, 48 feet. So for a right-hander, low backhand, a little bit overstable, commit to your power, and hopefully take that single, double, triple skip over to the sand. I think that's the most successful way I've seen it played.
Sexton Firebird would be great disc for this hole.
Too overstable,
I
probably
believe,
for me.
yeah.
I think
Think so, man?
Maybe a Glow Philo
Eagle's
Destroyer
going
would be the right
FT3.
call.
Yeah, well, Eagle and me aren't the same guy.
That's also true.
For me, it's like a Thunderbird.
Oh,
Like
is it? Okay,
Kind of
okay.
like a mid-stable, mid-speed driver, and you're just looking for flat out of the hand, nice commitment, take your hops, and
Nice germ bird.
yeah, sure, and hopefully find that sand. But if you waver on your commitment, you're going to be out of bounds.
Yep. We also saw if you leave it a little high, those leaves can kind of trickle you into the water.
Absolutely.
We saw that happen with Kona, and
I think you definitely want to be intentional about a skip shot.
Yeah.
This is a little
He's
bit.
playing like the
this is good.
Heiser flip-up kind of play
Yeah.
here, Eagle is, and
He's
he
throwing
gets
a
really
mid.
straight, but it doesn't get the finish, right? So he's inside the circle, but he didn't beach it.
oh, he threw a Color Glow MD3.
Yeah, he's throwing an MD3,
Yeah.
so that's a different line than I would personally. Try.
Yeah.
He's got a different level of speed than we have.
Yeah.
That's the caveat, you know what I mean? If he goes fairway driver or distance driver, that thing's hooking up and skipping early.
Isaac's going with a Cosmic Volt, which is
That's
kind of
got to get a little straighter. Well, I think he's lucky he caught some of that foliage because that was looking dangerous there for a minute.
it's a fairway driver out of him. Anthony Varela. Anybody recognize that one?
I can't put a name on that one. Can't put my finger on what he's throwing. Looks like some kind of tie-dye disc.
Might be. Let's see how it flies. He put it out there like it's a Firebird. Not flying like one though.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No. So he just earned a great birdie on one of the toughest holes on the course and just handed it right back on the next drive. Rough go for the young AB this afternoon.
It is.
He's still got a putt to save it, but it'll
He
be a
does.
highlight if he does it.
Yeah.
Big time.
Paul, this looks like the business.
In case you hadn't noticed, live score, Chris Dickerson is now 6 for 6. Got a stick lead over Eagle McMahon, and Alex Russell has only had 2 pars all day.
Wow.
And is now in 3rd place all alone. He's got 15, 16, 17, and 18 to navigate, so anything could happen, but I mean right now he is on an official heater.
There it is right there. Chris, the Robot Chicken got a stroke lead over Eagle. Alex and Isaac hanging around. Everybody's within striking distance though.
Absolutely, it's still day 2, like we said earlier, you know, you just got to stay in the mix.
Ooh, look at Rick popping off with that 9.
That's what I'm talking about, Rick.
Alex with a 12 already. That is ridiculous.
2 pars. He parred hole 8, and he just parred the short version of 888.
Oh, okay.
So he's up there on hole 14 now. Actually, no,
he
he
parred
birdied
14.
888.
He parred 14?
The downhill hole that
but he
Drew
didn't miss
Gibson
a
aced.
putt. He came short. It didn't count as a missed putt, so he's still perfect on the putter.
Wow.
Chris Dickerson, birdie on 7.
There he goes. Look, it's chicken a 7. We're looking at it right now.
Here we go. The race is on.
Do you throw the forehand on this one, Nate? Like the Heiser approach?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of Heisering in?
Yeah, I just try to. Oh, wow. Nice run there. I just try to push it straight at the bamboo and finish through that gap.
There you go. You're aiming high left corner.
Kind of mid-left. Just
Okay.
left side of the bamboo, hit it hard,
There you
try
go.
to get it to catch through the middle.
And Philo, are you doing the mild Heiser or just a straight at it?
I'm going like pretty overstable mid-range. You know, usually not completely overstable like a glow rock or something like that, but a pretty stable DX rock, and I'm firing it right at the right edge of that hole.
Okay.
And just letting the disc drag itself back in, and I've got 2 misses available to me if I do that. If I hang it out a little bit, I hit the wall on the right side. If I saw it off a little bit, I hit the wall on the left side.
Okay.
So it's always safety.
AB from the drop zone for the par.
Oh! Oh, I wanted that for him so bad.
Me
That was
too.
online.
Just a great momentum putt.
Oh, but now the momentum swings the opposite direction, and he's
It
back
does.
in the red.
Yes, he is. Sitting probably, what, 1 over on the round after
He's
this?
sitting 1 over. He was 1 over when he got into hole 5. He makes the birdie and comes to 6. And
Yeah, right back at it.
donates it right back.
Eagle. At least will beat the tie Chris Dickerson. Oh,
I wonder if the water got his head in his head or something. You know,
it's
I
right
mean,
there.
It's visually a little scary looking at that. You know, water 2 paces right behind the basket. 3 paces.
Macbeth for Bird. Yeah, got that bogey back.
Count it.
Bunch of cleanups coming up here. All pars except for AB with the lone bogey. AB dropping in. We'll have a quick look at how Chris Dickerson played 7.
Chris coming in with probably a mid-range, low and straight through the gap. That's going to be inside circle 1.
Cash.
Easy money. And that's perfect. And he's actually got a 2-shot lead.
Does he
after
right
that.
now? Wow. That man can spin a disc in all the right ways.
There's your leaderboard once again. You see Chris Dickerson up on top. Perfect round going so far.
Yeah. And AB continuing to slide down there. Sitting on that +1 on the round.
I'm sure that happens more than anything else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
At this tournament, you come out shooting hot, and second round you come out flat, you know, and it's a tough thing to go through emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and AB's definitely going through it at the moment, you know what I mean? He's on a roller coaster. He's watching the guys on his card. They're 2, 3 under par, 4 under par. And he's just kind of flatlining right now.
A lot of holes in the round still to make this thing respectable, you know, to keep in the
Absolutely.
game.
I mean, look,
the opportunity's there.
4 or 5 down is highly respectable in this round, you know, on this course. And he can do it. He can get there. He's just got to tighten it up here. Right on. Well, we're going to kick it on over to Nate Sexton. He's got Will Schustricht here in our live studio. Nate, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Will. Glad to have you here in the studio. Fantastic round today. After a +1 to start, you're in with a -9, and I want to get out of the way. Next to Ken Climo, the most successful player we've ever had out here, 3-time U.S. champion. That had to feel good.
Well, thanks, man. That means a lot. Great to see you out here, of course. -9 feels good. +1 felt a little bit different, but even though it's 10 strokes difference, I had 8 birdies or 7 birdies first round, so it's similar feeling, but obviously you don't have the overstrokes.
Yeah, and I wonder, I noticed you started 1 over through the first 4 today. That's probably one of the easier stretches on the course, so I got to think you might have been going, oh, here we go again. And then you turned it on and brought just a rain of birdies through the rest of the course. So
Yeah, and I was really excited. Hole 4, I struggled off the tee. I made a nice outside the circle long Anheuser putt for par, which was really nice and kind of got it going from there. But really coming into the tournament, I know, and other tournaments too, I haven't had a great job starting off and then continuing to do well, starting off the tee, you know, starting off from hole 1 or wherever started. So I really, even going into it, if I started 2-3 over, I wanted to stay with it and stick throughout the whole round. I know how it can change, going from doing really well to not doing well, coming down 16, 17, 18, and then reverse, you know, same thing. So it felt good just to keep it going throughout the round.
yeah, man. Well, 2 more rounds. I know you've had your share of injuries and struggling to get yourself back. It's great to see you playing at the level I know you can play. And let's see if you can do it 2 more times.
Thanks.
It's great to hear from the previous champion, Will Schustricht from Tennessee, the great state of Tennessee, and the woes continue for Anthony Barella. Well, we saw 3 unsuccessful shots in a row, and then AB just
A very unsuccessful
very
shot.
unsuccessful with that swing.
Yeah, that is going to be going to the drop zone. And that's a tough putt.
I mean, he's doing a good job of like not overreacting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to give it to him. He's acting like a professional.
Sure.
He's handling himself well. I mean, like I said earlier, you saw me in this position, I would be barking at myself, you know what I mean? And he's keeping it cool. But there's also got to be that other side, you know what I mean? I had a really long chat with Barry Schultz. I mean, we chatted about stuff for a good hour, you know, and I was curious. I was like, you know, Barry, I might get to talk about you on camera a little bit, you know, like, tell me your story. I don't really know you that well. And there's one thing that he said that has to do with this topic in specific. Be drive-driven. You know, like, these guys that are like the Climos, the Barry Schultz, the Paul Macbeths, you know what I mean? Like, the drive, like, when they get into this position, they turn it into another gear, you know, and he's got to tune into that.
Oh, wow.
You know, like, he's got to get in tune with that, you know what I mean? And, like, I have to turn this around and up my intensity a little bit, you know what I mean? And that's what I'd like to see out of AB in these moments when he's struggling a little bit and he knows he's in the mix. He's in the battle.
Yeah.
You know, and it just kind of seems like he's letting it suck him in, like taking his energy away. What do you feel about that, Nate?
For me, I think about a big championship like this on a course this demanding. Nobody in the world is going to go through it without a little lull. You're going to have 4 or 5 holes that kind of feel like the world's coming crashing down. And it's about knowing that and saying to yourself, that was it, and we're back on the train. That was the slowest golf I'm going to have all week. And it's going to happen to everybody. This is AB's here. If he can turn it around, he can right the ship. He's still in the mix for this championship. And if he can't, it's going to be over for him this year.
Yep. Man, Barry Schultz, man, what a legend.
Big time. He likes to put the hashtag out there, the other champ.
Yeah. He's, for those not familiar, like, he was kind of like the Ricky to Paul's Climo, you know?
Very great analogy, sir. Excellent.
Too much.
Eagle sailing it a little high off the yellow band, and he knows that's a putt he should normally be making.
Yeah.
You know, it's right in his wheelhouse. But, you know, doesn't take much to miss by a lot.
A game of imperfection, and it's very easy to not be perfect. Anthony coming back for the bogey save. Good hit there. Stopping the bleed, and that was a missable putt. He hit it nicely. Got a bunch of pars otherwise, I believe. Pretty much everybody tagging the bamboo on that one. There is Paul's version of a par. And eagles. Barry's from around here, right? North Carolina?
He is a resident of the state. Or, you know, I think, this is his backyard. This is Barryland.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is he floating around out here somewhere? Is he
He's
playing?
playing.
He's playing? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thought so.
Hole 8, one of the understated holes at Winthrop, but I think one of the most essential. It's a really important piece of wooded flavor on a course that can be open at times. The two unique design elements are essentially the OB left, which we're approaching now. This was put in to give accurate throwers a chance to compete against distance throwers. And then as we round the corner into a low ceiling green, the second element comes in with the putter post. And it's kind of the same idea, where accurate throwers and good putters can compete against distance throwers. Hole 8, one of the essential pieces of Winthrop Gold.
We're going to be checking out some chase card action here on hole 8. What we got putting here? There's Chris.
No logic.
Automatic.
And we saw Alex Russell start 7 down through 7. I didn't think we'd see that equal. And now it's been surpassed. That's 8 for Dickerson. I mean...
Is it really?
Yeah.
It is.
Whoa.
He's on a heater.
Whoa.
Telling you, man, there's a few guys. You know, I told you when I saw these guys walking up the hill, that look of intensity, like, I can still make this happen, is in a lot of guys' eyes right now. If you were within 5 or 6 strokes of the lead, and you put down a solid number, and those guys are having the day they're having, you're right back in the game.
Yeah.
And you can't come out here thinking, oh, the game is over. You can't concede anything. It's a 4-round major.
I honestly think if Chris picks up 1 or 2 more, heater's not even strong enough word anymore.
No.
If he's 10 through 10, I mean, that's historic.
Absolutely.
It probably is.
Absolutely.
So back to our lead card action on hole 8. Isaac Robinson up right now, throwing a, what's he got here, a pyro?
Great position there.
Yeah. That'll work. Anthony Barella. Looks like a Halo Destroyer.
I like it.
That looks really nice. Our lead card is off, walking down to their lies. Nate, is this a max distance forehand for you, or?
It's a controlled distance. I'm not trying to get a big flip on it or anything, but I'm trying to go down that left side and get into position, and then it's kind of a low burner from there to try to get your skip. It takes 2 great shots for me to get up in the circle here.
Is it like an X-Cal off the tee, or?
Two X-Cal.
2 X-Cals,
yeah,
oh wow.
X-Cal, and then I need it again because I need a big skip. Even though the second shot's not long, I need wide rim so I can really flare around the corner and get up that hill.
Are you playing this one for birdie, Philo?
I had tried, but, you know, that's not the story right now. Right now, Chris Dickerson just extended his lead to another stick. 3 over Eagle, 3 over Alex, and Alex is right there with him, playing a super hot round, 2 pars. He's got 3 holes to go. Whew, this is going to be a historic day, I feel. You had the right word in mind, Nate.
A 3-shot lead already. That's amazing.
From the chase card.
Yeah.
Well, he was only, what, 3 sticks back, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And like we talked about, it only takes a couple of holes there. Guys play a little flat for a few holes, and all of a sudden, boom, you're right on their tail.
Yep. Rocket ship. Looks like Paul's up next.
No, not even on their tail. Now they're
You're
on
chasing
your
them
tail.
down, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And only barely. He's up 3.
Yeah.
They're starting to lose. They're starting to lose
ground.
touch of that tail.
Yes, sir.
Paul's second shot, go for the backhand. It's going to be a roller or just a layup?
No, I'm not. That's confusing. What? I mean, there's a window up there, but was he that far back?
I think he had a clean drive. It looked like it. I don't know.
Interesting choice there.
Although that did look like he was a ways out.
Yeah, I think he hit something early, and he was way out of position to try to force the flex, sidearm down in there. The ceiling gets really, really small on that left side, and like Nate was saying, you're trying to get into the sunlight up on that hill over there, so you have gravity working in your favor as well. The hole gets bigger.
For sure, something funny happened on his drive because nobody takes 40 steps past Paul Macbeth's drive when he has a good drive. And those guys were just walking past where he was.
Isaac for his second.
He's playing the backhand, the low, slow, late turner.
That's a drifter.
That's really good. I mean, he's not like circle 1 putting, you know what I'm saying? He's not like right on the circle, but he's got a long look at it.
His plan was to throw an envy on that shot, so we'll see if he got that drive far enough to throw one. It looked like it.
That was a fantastic shaped shot there.
Yeah. AB going back to looks like the same disc, Philo. That's kind of the same shot you need, right? The one he threw off the tee.
Yes, sir. 2 times, just like Nate Sexton just told you, people.
Oh, leaking a little high.
Down.
Dang it.
That's got to sit down, too.
There's no OB there. He's past the OB, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, it looks like
yeah,
got the green
about
flag.
80 feet, 90 feet behind it.
Okay, good.
Visually deceiving.
Eagle up next. CB Eagle can get this thing all the way down the tunnel and up that hill. Hasn't looked easy so far for the rest of the gang. Roll wide? No. Great.
We talked about this the other day. The wider you make the skip, the less of a finish you get on the green. If he plays it tighter and he skips up the hill, then you get that reverse roll away, then you roll outside the circle most times.
Yep.
That was excellent. Perfect execution. No mozzarella sticks in his way. He's good.
There we go.
We got another cool, awesome live interview. Drew Gibson Ace on hole 14. I'm going to kick it over to Nate Sexton.
Hey, Drew, thanks for joining us after a -9 round. We saw a little bit of everything from you out there, but as Philo said, the ace on 14, how was that?
It was pretty good. I had just a bonehead mistake on 13. I had a 150-foot upshot for birdie, threw it OB, ended up with a bogey, so I was a little upset, and I just told myself, just like, put a good move on it. Like, I've been throwing that shot good all week, birdied it yesterday, almost aced it in practice, so I just kind of told myself, like, just commit, don't let it, you're having a good round going, don't let it stop you from, keep on succeeding and playing well. So I just, like, put a good move on it, and it happened to sneak in there.
What disc and line are we talking about?
I threw the big, like, Spike Heiser PD2, and it just hit off the path right there, like, super soft. You know how they, like, skip super soft? And it just, like, softly, like, it didn't even make a sound. It just, like, went right in.
Wow, skipped it in. Well, great round, man. You're up 28 spots into a tie for 13th. 2 more days to go. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, back to our lead card action. Here's Paul Macbeth throwing 3 on this difficult hole 8. That'll 4.
That's dude. Yeah, that's right there. He's just outside the bullseye, stress-free, tap in.
Yeah.
Move on, good to hole 9, and try to collect himself a birdie and get his momentum back, because now he's fallen off the pace a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Dickerson and Eagle.
Well, Dickerson just made another birdie on hole 8.
What's new, Philo?
8.
Because that isn't.
8. Right, we just talked about that. He's up 3 on Eagle. Paul's making a par.
AB's up. Looking at his. Oh!
That was almost thrown in.
It really looked like I had a chance, man.
It did for a split second there.
But worst case, 4 now.
He's got his 4.
He's got his
par. Pars are fine.
Look at AB walking up the fairway trying to
that's also another thing that's different about this year is we don't have a caddy. We don't have the ability to have a caddy this year. And I'm sure if AB had a caddy with him right now, that caddy would be in his ear trying to keep him up and keep his spirits up. And he's on an island on his own right now. It's just him. Like, those guys aren't going to try to pep him up. You know what I mean? Like,
probably not.
I mean, we're all friends. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're all cordial and cool with each other. But at the end of the day, we're competing for a major championship out here. And, it's not their responsibility to be like, oh, come on, AB. Like, you can do better. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get something going. Like, they're just kind of leaving him out there stranded. And, they're moving forward and he's falling back. And I feel for him. I wish that we could have a caddy and uncharacteristic inside the circle miss by Eagle McMahon.
That's a missed opportunity after 2
Huge
incredible
missed
shots.
Opportunity. That's just, that Chris Dickerson stiff arm just getting longer and longer right now.
Doing his Heisman pose, pushing him off.
Absolutely. I mean, we all know Chris Dickerson's a major contender. I mean, we saw what he did last year at Disc Golf Pro Tour. I mean, he was a back-to-back champion of that. He didn't go west and stay on the tour all year long, but when that guy shows up, like, he plays extremely well. And he comes out of nowhere. And, not this tournament. He was right in the mix right out the gate, and now he's taking the lead. He's hunting down a 9-for-9 start.
The man has a very, calculated game. I feel like he really thinks about it and analyzes it, and this is the type of course where that type of game is going to excel.
Absolutely. Why don't you break this one down for us, Nate?
This is the new hole 9. You've got this inbounds area straight off the tee. I think a flat backhand up the right side or a Heiser forehand is probably your best options to move up the fairway a good distance, and then you've got to make this crossing shot to the island green, and if you don't come to rest, you're throwing again from back on the short side. So this is one of those ones, first one really out here that can really snowball on you, and there's a couple in a row here that can kind of do that. But this is a danger hole.
Yeah, you could definitely have some tin cup moments on 9 and 10, can't you? Yeah. Been there, don't recommend.
Well, I mean, 10 is all hazard. It's not an island green, so I mean, the danger's a bit less on hole 10. It's one of the more scoreable holes on the course, but like Nate was just saying, if things get away from you after that first shot, you land safe, or even if your drive trickles OB and then you're kind of, trying to scramble your par and you come up short on the distance, it's a slightly uphill shot. Usually the wind's blown a little bit. Gravity tends to pull the disc from right to left on that hole. And if you miss one of those things and you come up short, then boom, the snowball effect is on. Your heart rate shoots up. You start second guessing yourself. Yeah, you start to take a little more time, and all those things throw your rhythm off.
There's Eagle right there trying to figure out why that putt didn't go in.
Well, he knows why it didn't go in. Simple answer to that.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna wait for them. I thought they were done.
Looks like Paul's gonna wait for our chase card to clear on hole 9. Getting out of the fairway there. We are looking at Dickerson.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
I don't think he birdied this one, Philo.
I don't think so.
Unless he got really lucky and put it right there.
I highly doubt it, friend.
He's got an OB.
Does he? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's gonna set up a putt for bogey.
For bogey. Okay. At least it's a close one. He
Wow. Flame off. Just like that.
Still an official certified heater.
Yes, yes.
Oh, no
But-
doubt.
Yeah,
But the
it's
flame
not
just,
But
yeah,
yes.
I mean, you just
but yes.
It's not getting a million views on
dumped
YouTube.
a bucket of water
you know?
on the flame, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking a bogey on this hole when he was 8 for 8. Now he's going to give one back to Eagle and Alex Russell.
Paul on 9, playing the forehand hyzer. Name described for us.
Alex Russell just carded his 3rd par of the round on hole 16.
He's washed up.
They need to drop him off the team. Amazing golf today, Alex Russell.
Unbelievable. He's another in the Calvin Heimberg, like, just could not be a cooler cucumber there.
Absolutely. Good guys, too.
Yeah. He called it. Eagle. Playing that forehand hyzer as well. It's a cloud breaker last time. That might be the same there. Mr. Robinson. They'll be throwing a neutron reactor.
This is the more dangerous play for the righty backhand. You know, if it gets a little stable and trickles out a little left. AB's going with the flick, which is the safer play, a little bit more receptive over there on the right side of the fairway.
Yeah. I see that was a FD3 out of Eagle, excuse me.
Uh-oh.
Did he not get in?
I don't think he made it.
And I was just about to say, although the forehand, it does shape well for the forehand, the risk is you're over OB early.
Yeah.
And if you hang it out like he just did.
Take a look
Alex
here
Russell.
at Alex Russell on hole 17, putting for birdie.
So he hasn't blown up his round yet.
No, he landed on the green, and that's half the battle. Now he's got this long outside circle 1 putt. Get out of town.
Money, Alex. Get it. Incredible, you guys.
What a round. What a round.
Look at that. He's just another putt.
Business.
Yeah, that is business for Alex Russell.
Business. Handling business. Alex Russell. Showing everybody the way so far today.
AB going back on the fairway, throwing 3.
Yeah, he's just got to get to the front end of this bubble up there in the fairway, and that's got to sit down, and that also trickles OB.
Did it really?
Yeah, so he gets to progress. It's not a stroke and distance hole until you're going for the island green.
Right.
Then you're going to re-tee wherever you were last, or not re-tee, re-throw, excuse me, from wherever you were last in bounds. But where AB's at there, he's going to be throwing for
That's going to be his 5th.
his 5th throw. Now he's got to get on the island green safely, or he more than likely will be re-throwing from where he's standing.
Yeah. Wow.
Oof, brutal day.
Didn't see that one coming, that OB drive.
No. Sliding down the leaderboard a little bit further than our top 10. Definitely want to give a shout out to another double-digit finish today, Colin Bailey. Coming back from his rough start of +3, I believe, first round.
Wow.
And now he's at 8 under par total.
Shaving 13 strokes on day
Yeah,
2?
he had a bogey-free, 11 down.
Let's just assume he played round 1 blind then.
Must have been. I mean, hats off. 56 is no easy feat out here, whether the rules are soft or hard.
Yep. Paul, trying to get on the island with his zone.
That's got to go. There you go. Just a couple of steps inside the stakes, but right in front of the basket. Looked a little scarier while it was in the air than it actually was. Looked like he had no worries the whole time.
You're not always guaranteed a skip if you come up short on this one.
Yeah, they left the rough
They did.
this year. You can see that grass is a little sticky and thicky, and there you
it
go.
is.
exactly what you're talking about. You're not getting a forward push, but he gets to move forward up the fairway to the last place he was inbounds.
Yep.
And he'll be making his approach of the green from there.
I don't think I've ever seen the rough as long as it is this year.
No, I don't recall this either. I mean, there's a definite difference in the look of the grass, and you can tell, you know, when you stand out there, you're like, okay, that's not going to skip much.
Yeah, I really noticed that playing it. Like, you're not getting much. Eagle, more aggressive than yesterday.
It's got to sit 2, and it does, and he'll be about 4 or 5 paces off the target, right side, looking to tap in.
Should be okay there. Oh, he did go OB, didn't he? Oh, man. So throwing 5, looking at 6 best case here. Double bogey going to drop him back to 9 down on the event. Trying to avoid anything worse right here. No. Oh man, throwing 7. Like we talked about yesterday, this is not a deep island. It's wide, but it is not deep.
No, now he has another choice to make. Does he try to execute the same shot, or does he just pitch it out there further left and try to stop the hemorrhaging?
He's throwing a gator this time.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. All right. That's looking like an 8. Oh, man. Man, talk about Jekyll and Hyde rounds.
Big time. Ooh. Wow. I mean, how else do you call it, you know? I mean, flame on, fire 13, come out, smack everybody in the mouth round 1, and I'm the leader of the tournament, and then what you don't want to see, what you don't want to experience comes to fruition. And
really hard to watch. And
brutal.
It is.
I mean, he might be down, he might be in 20th place after this hole.
Yeah.
Starting the day in first. I don't know exactly, but he's in free fall right now.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into a full, was it that Worlds round out there? The AB fell apart out the Ledgestone course?
It can happen.
Yeah.
Take a look at our top moves today on the leaderboard.
Oh, cool.
Colin Bailey jumping up 40 spots.
Wow.
With that 11 under.
And Shoestrick.
Obviously, we just had shoestrings, we like to call him, up here in the booth, and his 8 under for the round. I mean, solid play there. I mean, Alex Russell, I mean, what else can you say, man?
He moved up 31 of the hard places, too, because he's in second right now. So he
know what I'm
passed
saying?
all the contenders.
That's what I'm talking about. Good work, Alex Russell. He's on his last hole right now.
In the fairway.
In the fairway, safe on the fairway, his last hole. Get up and down, collect another birdie, and
Isaac missing that one. So at 4,005, he's going to be taking a 6 here.
Ugh.
And Paul for birdie.
Absolutely. Too close to miss for Mr. Macbeth. You know, something would be wrong.
We would be very surprised.
Very
if
surprised.
that one
Like,
didn't
what's
go
wrong
in.
with him today?
Yeah.
If he was missing those consistently. Maybe once per tournament he might miss one of those.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's about the rate.
Eagle smashes that in there. He'll be collecting his birdie 3, I believe.
Yep. Yep. In 2015, I don't think I saw him miss one of those the whole year, though.
Oh, man.
AB. Was that a snowman?
I think that's a Snowman Ocho, isn't it?
You seeing that come in on the live scoring there, Nate?
I believe you are correct. I will verify.
We've already filmed 2 snowmans out here. We got that one yesterday from a
Well, I mean, that's 9 holes.
snowman.
You know, we're
Yeah.
through the front 9. We're changing over to the back 9 now, starting off on hole 10. We were talking earlier, this hole's, 55% birdie rate. It's a very attackable hole. You can go after the eagle if you want. All of these guys have the ability to do that. We'll just see what they're going to do. I mean, we can speculate, we can guess, but I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, birdies are huge right now. You know what I mean?
It was an 8 for Anthony. It takes him to +6 for the round. He's down 22 spots into tied 23rd.
That's a big oofta.
Well, that's the USDGC for you.
There it is. She give
The
and
drama,
she taketh
the
away.
the joy, the pain, the pleasure. It's all mixed in one when you get out here at Winthrop Gold. You just never know what you're going to get. Kind of Forrest Gump, box of chocolates type of stuff. You know? come out here with the best intentions, the best game plan, and one little thing in the whole, the mix doesn't show up. Your confidence doesn't show up. That energy doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Something, just a little something throws a monkey wrench in the whole system.
And another thing I think that strikes me about Alex Russell's round that he's putting together, his group, Nicolo Castro, James Conrad, Ricky Wysocki.
Really?
So he's stepping up toe to
murderer's
toe
row right there.
He's playing with major winners.
with legends.
Major winners and legends.
And he is
He's dunking on him, man. He's dunking all over him.
I mean, we have a vast array of savvy veterans in this field.
Yeah.
It's not just a bunch of young guys. It's not a bunch of old guys. It's like a good mix. You know what I mean? And for some of these guys that are a bit newer on the tour, watching a guy or playing with a guy like a Nicolo Castro, and you've only been around a few years, and you're doing this with him on the card, you're going to remember this a long time.
Yeah. Have we had an upshot from Alex on set 18 yet? And?
safe on the green.
Nice.
I don't know exactly how close.
Wow. What's he at on this round right now?
What was the
15
question?
down right now or 14
He
down?
is at 14 currently.
Wow.
And 15's the record, isn't it?
I believe so.
Absolutely unbelievable from that man. Too cool.
So it sounds like 16 under is the 1100 mark.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's always been tough to push the rating so high on a course with a scratch scoring average way up there in the 60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he's going to care about the rating after this one. I mean, I hope he can just stay safe, get in that basket, and wow.
Yeah, I'm looking over my shoulder and I'm watching James Conrad lining up his shot, and he's just kind of pinched off behind the yucca, playing inside the line. Like a little bit long.
Gonna look at Chris Dickerson on hole 10. Playing the give me the birdie route. Here is his second shot onto the green.
I like the way that he's playing this hole here. That little 1-2 bounce, hit the rocks, take the speed off, tap in birdie.
What did he end up taking on hole 9, Nate?
He got a 5.
You got a 5?
Yep, he made 5 on
Okay.
hole 9, so he ended his birdie run with a bogey. So he hasn't had a par yet. He's 8 down through 10 holes, no pars.
He just likes to keep it exciting.
He's trying to keep things out in front of him, I think. He's just taking the birdies and not pushing the issue. Smart golf. I mean, he's in the lead. He doesn't have to take the risk of something going wrong.
But Paul is in chase mode right now. We saw him run it yesterday. I got to imagine he's going back to it again. Looks. You know what this one is, Nate? Force,
don't.
probably?
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just parked that one pretty much inside circle 1.
That's going to eagle.
He's been making that putt all day, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be automatic.
I doubt he's laid this hole up many times in his whole career.
I know,
This
right?
is
There's
right,
no reason for
right in
him
his
to.
wheelhouse.
He's got that shot wired, And it's more intimidating for the guy who hasn't been here 10 or 12, 13, 15 times in a row. You know what I
Doesn't
mean?
have that experience to
Just to know I have that shot on lock. It's not about how far do I throw, but how comfortable am I placing the shot at
And
that distance.
No better example of that than watching Eagle McMahon lay up.
Yeah.
One of the most
Yesterday.
elite power throwers in the game, and he's going to take the layup.
He's playing for the birdie.
Isaac, though, he is running the green.
He's got to bend over a little bit, get a little straight. He's got to get past that bush, and that is going to be in the red, and he'll be heading to the drop zone.
I wonder what he's going to do from there. I mean, you got to run it from there, right?
From the drop zone,
Yeah.
absolutely. He's
Yeah.
got to base that thing, scrape up his par, and move on.
Yeah. AB, Halo Destroyer.
That looks like it has better attitude on it. Wow. No! He threw it too far.
I wonder if that's why Eagle doesn't do it. They could both of those guys can easily outdrive that green.
Oh, things are just getting out of control for Anthony Barella today.
Snowballing in a bad way.
Well, you know, one thing's for sure, he's going to have a lot to take away from this round. A huge learning experience. He's still young. He's got a whole career ahead of him. You know, and it's as sad and as hard as it is to watch, he's got to keep that in mind. Like, at the end of this round, he needs to go and sit down by himself and think about what just happened today.
Yeah.
You know, and digest all of these feelings and all those emotions. And he's got to find a way to use this to make him stronger.
Channel it to a positive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to see the kid like take this in a way where it just makes him not want to play anymore, which I don't think AB's that kind of guy. But I mean, it can really affect the psyche. You know, and he's got a long career ahead of him, and he can find himself in this position every year at USDGC. On the lead card, in the lead, hot rapids. He's got the abilities.
Getting like a chase card here on 11. It's fading. Hopefully it's past hazard. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Oh, that's money.
Wow.
Beautiful drive.
It really was. That's way up there. On the high side, too. Chris Dickerson. He took a break with the birdies, getting that one bogey, but he's back on it.
What do you think Chris is doing there, Nate?
I think he's just going to do a similar thing. Air shot up the middle, look for a little bit of drift so that it doesn't find the hazard on the left. Maybe not quite as big as the drive we just saw, but controlled, kind of flip up. I expect this is going to be a very straight flying disc.
He's got sneaky speed.
He does.
A bit more stretch and golden.
Yep.
Golden.
Wow.
No worries there. He rode that high line, had plenty of air underneath the disc to not have to worry about that gravity issue with the uphill throw. Excellent execution.
And I don't know how much it comes across to the viewers at home, but that is a incredibly difficult shot and a long shot.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That about
450.
No, just under 4. Oh, under
think?
450. I mean,
Yeah.
that tree on the right up there, I think, is playing right around the 385 mark.
Okay.
And he threw it about 50 feet past that.
I'd say it's a little uphill, if anything.
Absolutely. So that adds to the distance.
And it's that's a small little area he's landing
Yes,
that
sir.
disc. So some great shots.
He threw it right in the neck.
Nathan Queen with a nice shot right there.
Absolutely. Pure for the lefty, right where he wants to be. That's his golden spot. And here's the youngster from Michigan,
Kyle Klein.
Kyle Klein, trying to be one of the next Crush boys. He's doing it.
He's there.
He's doing it. I mean, he hasn't found his complete consistent stride, but he's working on it. Arm speed, man.
Yeah. He has form a lot like
Arm
Eagle.
speed.
Really reminds him of him a
It's
lot.
just incredible.
Ooh, did he go too far? No,
Nope, he's good.
Okay. Nice.
That's one thing that's definitely changed since, you know, when I came into this, you know, pro league and playing on tour. There are more natural athletes playing this game.
Look at that. Alex Russell, 15 under. The putt for birdie on 18 from 5 feet.
Is there?
Tying the course record. Alex Russell, you just got yourself in the history books, buddy.
Wow.
Wow.
Paul for Eagle. Automatic.
Great putt there. And I'm sure we'll see Alex soon enough for an interview. I can't wait to talk to him.
He's one of those guys that I saw walking up the hill before we got started on our broadcast, and he had that look in his eye like, I'm ready to go.
Seen that inner
I'm
tiger.
just as capable of anybody. He believes.
Ooh, Isaac. Nice putt, man.
He's smiling. He knows that was close.
That was a good, I believe a par save.
Good for him, man. Yeah, he went
After the
throwing
OB
from
drive,
the drop
right?
zone, right? He went for the eagle, came up short, throws from the drop zone, and AB's looking to do the same thing here. Much better looking putt.
But I don't think that was a par save. I think that was for bogey.
Really? Did he not make?
He finished left side of the basket on his
my mistake.
His drop zone shot.
Missed a shot there.
I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure.
Anthony made bogey.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, on to 11. A lot of signage out there, Philo.
Lots of hazard, which is good for the player. I mean, thank God there's not a red stake out there. You're stroking distance, or you know, you progress to that spot, but then you're losing the distance. You know, or it's so much easier this year. The stress levels are down. The guys can really play aggressive. Should be worst case scenario 5.
Right.
This hole has produced 13s in the past.
And the main reason for that is because of the COVID protocols from Winthrop University, and you can only have 250 people in attendance here in total. So to cut down on the number of spotters, some holes were changed to hazard.
Oh, interesting. Oh, nice background name.
I like the change. I like the pace of play change too, because now you're not standing around watching a guy throwing 17 shots trying to land safe. You know what I mean? That just gets in your head in itself right there. When you got to watch a guy rethrow, and you're like, wow, what's going on out there? Is there some vortex that I don't see, or you know?
Kyle Klein going to the Bushnell rangefinder right
out
here.
there, like knocking things out of the air. Like, what's happening?
It's an interesting thing to think about how many champions have maybe been affected by someone else having a meltdown right in front of a player who's in contention. Because
cooling you
ideally,
down.
you're as mentally strong and you don't see any of that. But we all know you have to watch something like that. That affects you, and it's just more time to wait before you have to throw a pressure shot.
Looking at Kyle's approach here on hole 11 after a fantastic drive. Follows that up nicely.
Excellent.
Should be a pretty routine birdie for him. Getting a beautiful drone shot of the Coliseum area out here at Winthrop. Some iconic holes up there, Philo.
So beautiful. I love coming down here. I'll keep saying it all weekend. You know, this has been one of my favorite stops. You know, pretty much finishing up the season down here in South Carolina, except for when we go down to Georgia, you know, Hall of Fame Classic. But just such a treat to be here.
I heard you're coming to Myrtle Beach with us.
Yeah, man.
A couple
I
weeks.
decided I'll extend my tour 1 week longer. I was going to call it done after next week. And
Awesome, man.
I don't know what I was going to do. I guess technically I'm homeless. I have a van. I could go wherever I want, but that's about it. I'm just going to float around till Thanksgiving, I guess, and be home for the holidays in Los Angeles with the family. Mom's birthday is Christmas Day, so I have to be there for that.
Oh, there you go.
That's the only rule. Got to be home for Christmas.
Color me stoked. We got one more week of you, man.
Looks like Ezra.
Ezra at a hole, putting it very close. That looks like it's under the bucket.
Got a chance to hang out with Ezra a little bit earlier this season. A little shout out to the Clash of the Canyons tournament out there at Dellwood, Lockport, Illinois.
Oh.
We had a good time out there, and Ezra came back and put a move on us and got us from the chase card.
Did he swoop it?
He did.
Wow.
He played some great golf the last round and surprised everybody, and he got to wear the cool little Viking. I was like, you know, you kind of reminded me of a baby Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know? The way that he says three kind of sounds like Arnold. Three, you know. He's such a cool kid, though. He's so much fun. He's always smiling. Hell of a competitor.
Yeah.
You know? He's in it. He's also from North Dakota, same place as
Is he really?
Godwin.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I wonder if you got some tutelage there.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Looking to finish out here.
These putts are pretty much routine, so well,
I should be tapping in here. And we're back to our lead card drives on the same hole there. Chase card's tapping out on. Here's Paul Macbeth. Looks like that disc we're assuming is a force. He doesn't like it, Philo.
he's barking at it. He's going to need a little help.
It's going left early.
Not going to get the help that he needs. That came up about 40 feet short.
Yeah.
A little misfire there from Macbeth. So he's throwing from where he was last. No, it's hazard.
Where it
he's
is.
Playing from where it is.
Yep.
Be progressing the fairway. He'll be trying to scramble for his 4 from there.
He can get a 4.
He can.
Yeah.
He's far enough up there.
Eagle McMahon, that is his cloud breaker. Put this thing, I want to say, 530 feet down the fairway yesterday.
I believe it was 540 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. One angle, too.
Yeah, that is the extra wild part about it, isn't it? No flex required for this kind of power. Boom sauce. Oh my goodness. He's going to go into the long hazard.
Perfect. Absolutely.
That's probably why he doesn't throw the flex, is he would go into the long hazard.
He probably would throw it a little long in OB, yeah. Or not OB, but into hazard.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, exactly.
That is wild.
That's probably, like you said, why he's laying up on hole 10.
Isaac on 11, he's going Proton Octane. High-speed driver. Trying to get to that landing zone. Oh, he's bailing out to the top here.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah. Level footing.
Yeah, downhill throw. Makes it feel a little easier.
Anthony Barella.
He's got to land safe on this shot.
Oh, that is ripped.
That has the speed for sure. It's out there wide enough. That should do pretty much like Eagle's shot.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of filter in right in there in the bottleneck.
Wow.
Perfect. Best shot of the group.
That was a good one. And we are lucky enough to get a chat here with Alex Russell coming off. Is it past the heater, Nate? What are we calling this thing, man?
We're calling this guy Alex Russell half man, half monster right now. And we're lucky enough to be joined by him. Thank you for joining us, Alex. I mean, first off, in your life, have you ever had a round like that?
Not really. Not on a course like this. I really had 2 rounds that have just blown my expectations, and this was one. And I shot a 16 at Waco last year. And
wow, man. You had 0 OBs, 15 birdies, course record holder at Winthrop Gold. I mean, has it even set in at all for you yet, or are you just still kind of out there on the course swimming?
Not a chance. I mean, just one hole at a time, kept reminding myself that. Yesterday kind of got ahead of myself and was 6 down early. And
we're going to take a look here quickly at your performance on hole 17.
Excellent.
Kind of talk us through that putt.
I had just missed a putt, similar distance on 16. Cameras had just showed up, kind of set in that was starting to have a solid round. And so stepped up to the one on 17. It was just about the same distance and just really tried to focus in on it. Had a slight right to left and just wanted to make sure to putt it soft and give it a chance to go in without a chance to go over.
How about hole 18?
I was going to play for a par, and then I threw a tee shot to...
Hey, buddy, how does it feel to get your name etched into the USDGC history books forever, buddy? I mean, that's got to be a special feeling, man.
It is. I mean, like Nate said, he asked if it had set in. It certainly has, and it just... I never could have imagined shooting a 15 out on this track, and it's weird. It was weird having a tap in pretty much on 18 for a 15 and thinking about it while other people were putting, and too many thoughts were going through my head. It's amazing.
And to do it in front of some of the best in the world, I mean, without a doubt, one of the greatest performances we have ever seen on this course. Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you, Nate.
I'm sure that journey back to Washington is going to be a whole lot better now for Alex Russell. I mean, what a performance today. So cool. You just never know at the championship who's going to do.
And a scorecard like that.
One of those moments, you know. We're used to seeing guys like Paul McBeth having these moments. You know, we've seen so many of the greats that we're familiar with doing it. Paul McBeth just a little outside circle one. Looks like he's not particularly happy right now.
Yeah, I wonder what he's struggling with over there. Maybe
he didn't like
footing on the run up, possibly, or
maybe he had bad footing, and you know, usually it doesn't matter with Paul.
No, yeah.
You know, like he's usually not rattled by those types of little things, and apparently something's bugging him over there.
Looks like Eagle will be up next with our upshots. Hole 11.
That'll do.
This is decent. Yep.
Downhill putt.
Yeah.
Right inside the circle. Shouldn't be too much of stress for that.
Mm-hmm.
What a drive to be there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he would have liked to have been below the basket and, you know, kind of right around there somewhere.
There's a good hole out of Anthony, guys. Let's not overlook that. AB getting back on it.
Yeah, hopefully he can turn it around and have a good back nine and kind of absorb some of those early mistakes.
Yeah.
And, you know, walk out of here with a little bit of positive momentum going into round 3.
Our lead car meanders down the fairway, approaching those lies.
Love these drone footages.
They're beautiful.
Great job over there. Great job. Our drone flyer is about 30 feet away from us. And he's checking everything out overhead, giving us all these spectacular views and different vantage points throughout the Winthrop Arena.
Yeah, it gives a really cool perspective on things.
Absolutely. These guys are milling around and they're getting set up. Oh, here we go. We got some action.
From Isaac.
This guy takes 0 time.
Yeah. Well, it's not like he needs to find the basket. It's right there.
It's right. I was just going to say a reminder to everybody, get online, check out the USDGC Pro Shop. There's all kinds of cool gear. Ian and I are wearing a couple of shirts. I got the hat on. Nate's got the hat on. Get over there, get the official swag.
Yeah.
You know we can't have you guys here in person, but we can see you around town next time, rocking the USDGC gear. We'll definitely give you a high five or an elbow bump or something.
Depending on the COVID situation, get clubbed by Paul.
But we appreciate it, you know, and we're so accustomed to having so many people out here moving around and, you know, the yellow end of a bag in hand after they come out the shack, and you know what they're doing in there. You know, they're buying up all the goodies and supporting us players, and that opportunity is still out there for you guys. I know you're at home, but hop online, check out USDGC.com, head over to DGU. All kinds of goodies out there.
Yeah, support all those players you guys like watching so much. Keep them on the road.
Absolutely.
AB, there's a birdie from that guy. And here is a par out of Isaac. Great drive, subpar upshot. I don't know if it might have trickled down the hill there. There's definite roll-away potential on that one. That's going to lead us into hole 12. What's our play on this one, Nate?
There's a couple options here. I think with the hazard, you can afford to be a little more aggressive if you want to. This used to be a hole that could really get a big number going because you'd be at that drop zone just going over and over and over again. But now, I think the roller's in play, but I think most players are just going to go power backhand down the right side, try to get down near where that drop zone is. You still see that turf there.
Yeah.
That's a great spot to beat. You're probably only 350.
That's a 400 mark.
Okay, so yeah, you got a little bit of distance.
There you go.
But it's it's very doable from there.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you can get there, it's a comfortable hyzer for everyone on these groups.
Correct. I totally agree with that. And I actually feel you land up high on the spine, and now you've got a little bit of elevation to help you, and you can see that landing zone a little better. If you carry over to the backside, then the basket's kind of blind, and you just see like the very tippity top of the flag. And now it's kind of a guessing game, and it's a touch and a feel game, whereas when you can see the target, you can see your landing zone, it's a little more comfortable of a shot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just to see what's going on. And you're not running uphill trying to see what's happening.
And looking at the leaderboard, Ricky Wysocki with a pretty quiet 12 right there, but right there with Alex Russell on top of him at 15. Obviously, we got to give the due to Alex, but Ricky as well. 12 under, that's 27 spots up the leaderboard.
We might have talked to him if we didn't talk to Alex, you know. Like 12 is solid. Is this the hole you had your crazy roller on?
Yes,
Nate?
yes.
You want to hear another funny stat that's happening right now? Our two favorite lefties, Chris Clemens and Nate Queen, are tied.
Are they?
Yeah, they're tied in 9th place. They're chasing each other around the track again, it seems.
That's funny. Yeah, how far did that get down on the fairway, Nate?
I mean, I didn't have a rangefinder or anything, but they told me 700.
Really? Okay.
A couple years back. Got it rolling up that hill and somehow kept it in bounds.
Wow.
Taking a look back at Chris Dickerson's drive on the chase card, and just like we talked about, bounces it right off the spine. He's down there by the drop zone.
Was that a Sidewinder roller, Nate?
It was.
Nice. Here is Nathan Queen on his second, trying to get in towards that target.
What a shot.
Ooh, look at that ground play.
What a shot by the
Nathan
lefty.
Queen, ladies and gents.
That was fantastic. I don't think he knows how close it is because he can't see it.
No, yeah, sure.
He just knows he threw the shot right, and he's got himself a putt, but he's going to be really happy. He walks up and over that
Gets
hill
that
and
little
sees
crest
that
there.
distance 4 steps from the basket. Stress-free birdie putt. That's what this course is all about, man. Avoiding the danger, setting yourself up for success as many times as possible.
We got Ezra up here on the chase card. His approach shot.
He's a little bit short of the ideal landing zone, and then he's on the uphill slide of the fairway.
How far do you think he is, Philo?
I'm going to give him 440.
Okay. So doable, but a challenge.
Now, he put that one real high, too.
Oh, my God.
Excellent. Arnold throws fire.
He's packed.
I packed it. I love that guy.
What a pull. Chris Dickerson.
Another young talent out there, man, making it look easy.
There's a lot of them trying to chase you guys down. Yep, our second shot from Chris, our current leader, sitting at 19 down. Looks a little sawed, possibly.
A little sawed off. That's got to be safe, but definitely not. I mean, it's a putt. It's a scary putt. He's putting straight at the backdrop back there, and he catches a rim and rolls. I mean, he's out in the hazard and playing from there, so he's got a choice to make. Beautiful look. You can really see like the difference between the fairway grass
Yeah, that was really cool.
and the rough. You know what I mean? It's definitely thicker, and there's not getting much ground play out of there. You got to carry these OBs the whole way.
Kyle Klein. He has a monster drive.
He is.
Do you believe this?
Optimal position.
You can see the basket
Exactly.
way down the fairway.
You see where I'm getting at now, right?
Yep.
That was a great example. And that's how I got my albatross on that hole. Is that I could see where I wanted the disc to go. I could see that spot where the OB or the hazard line starts. And you have to attack that spot. You know, however you're planning on throwing it, a low crispy hyzer, a high wide hyzer, a little bit of a flex, you're planning on your finish, that disc coming down right on that line and getting that little bit of a forward bump and finish, you know, and he did it perfectly. The youngster out of Michigan, keeping it cool and classy with his Ray-Ban looking shades.
The sun never sets on cool, Philo.
Apparently not.
Gotta rock him.
Apparently not. He's a good kid, you know.
Oh, definitely.
It's so cool to see the younger generation coming up. They're a bunch of good kids, you know what I mean? They aren't coming out here acting like knuckleheads and, you know, trying to be ruckus and, oh, I'm going to show these old timers the dinosaurs, you know. Just real cool and casual and fun. They have a good time. They're personable, you know.
Disc golfers are happy people, man. We get enough vitamin D, you know.
Most of us are. There's some grumpy ones. I can get a little grumpy. But off the course, happy.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly, man.
Happy person, grumpy disc golfer. Only when it's going bad.
Only, yes, that's true.
If I were having AB's day, I'd definitely be grumpy.
You were pretty happy when that albatross went.
Oh,
I remember that.
Well, I was in shock.
Yes, you really were.
I thought you guys were pulling my leg, man.
That's so funny. For those not familiar, Philo didn't know it went in. And I got a Facebook message from my guy filming the chase card. He's like, someone just made it. And I told Philo, and he's like, no.
That's impossible. Nobody makes albatross on this hole. That has got to be the long drive of the tournament on this hole. That's got to be.
Oh my gosh.
I think he blew past the 600-foot mark that's usually out there, you know, on the hill right there, short of where the spine starts. The second spine going up towards the basket. There's usually a sign out there that says 600, and he just went cruising past that.
Yeah, he threw like 600 yesterday. And that looked way farther.
We'll have a little chip shot onto the green. AB going full speed at it.
Some late fade back in the fairway.
Oh, he's good.
Oh, that's real good.
That's nice. You'll be able to see the basket.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can definitely see it from there. Nice.
If you're a little bit lower, you know, then it's harder to see it, and the gauging the distance part gets tricky.
Paul on the box. Just playing a safe hyzer here. Not getting too greedy, Philo.
That'll do.
He said maybe he's trying to aim for that flat run up.
Yeah, he's a little short of the ideal landing zone, so he just gave himself a little bit more distance to cover on the way into the green, but we all know he throws plenty far enough.
Isaac's throwing a pyro. Or sorry, this is a nitro, excuse me. Looks like that'll work out. Here's our leaderboard, Nate.
There's a lot of golf getting played. I think this, I don't know. I need to do some research and know the scoring record. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's in danger. If this, we'll see what the weather does. But these guys are really
like the tournament down?
Tournament record.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a low number. I mean, they're pushing 20 under already.
Yeah.
A lot of holes to go on day 2.
Yeah, Dickerson will definitely blow past 20 at some point.
You would expect that.
The way
Yeah,
he's
and I
been
just
playing.
saw Alex Russell's round come in unofficially 1093.
Ooh. 7 more points would be cool, but still 1093 is amazing.
I think Philo's instincts were spot on.
Yeah,
about
they were, weren't they?
One away from 1100, perhaps.
Yep. Too funny. Get a look at our lead card, meandering down this long fairway. They threw some big shots. It's going to take a minute to get down there. Some absolute bombs on that one. Eagles throw is something else. What's your attack on this one, Philo?
Hole 12?
Yeah.
I'm throwing a usually medium stable destroyer, nothing too meat hooky because I don't have the fastest arm in the game. I'm just trying to aim right about where the guys are walking up right on right now, about pin high to where that drop zone pad was for when it was the stroke and distance time. I've got that whole wide open fairway on, it's carrying the hazard the whole time, but that tree line is a great kind of aiming line, and you can just hug the tree line, trust it with a little bit more overstable disc on the second shot. Your first, priority is to be safe. If you can snuggle up in there tight on the basket, great, but, land safe. Throw something overstable. Get it up in the air, because if you throw it low, that thick grass is just not going to let you push through.
Isaac trying to reach that green.
That looks solid. Oh yeah.
That's great. Should have a putt for his birdie coming up here in a second. I believe Paul will be up next. Looks like he is, yes. Lining up his shot just short of that old kind of drop zone. Or just to the left of that old drop zone.
And a little short of it.
It's gonna play? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
More than play.
About as crispy of a shot as you could throw, and he's looking like he doesn't like it.
He didn't like it.
He's 6 paces off the basket. I mean, he's right there. He's checking the wind like, I didn't make it 2 feet away, what?
Yeah.
Come on, man, you're right there. He just doesn't know that. He can't see it.
Yeah. He's also got high expectations. Anthony Barella looks like he's throwing a gator for the second shot. I mean, when you throw your drive that far, I guess you can.
Incredible. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's odd. Still putting, though.
That's a long, kind of dangerous putt right there.
He might lay it out. Yeah.
The smart thing to do when you're in this position and you're struggling in the round is just don't put yourself under any more stress than necessary. If he runs that putt and he misses and it hits and rolls, and then he's just adding to it today. Not necessary at this point.
An eagle after that monster drive. Sitting at 18 down, trying to chase down Chris Dickerson. Good shot here would really help.
I like the shape of this a bit better. Oh yeah.
Rightfully so, Philo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Reaping the rewards of that drive. I mean, that was just a little half swing.
Was that a P3X?
It may have been.
It kind of looked like the color one he's been throwing all day.
I doubt it was much faster of a class of disc, putter or slow mid-range. I mean, and that wasn't even close to a full swing, just a little soft toss, and he's parked.
Gonna take a look at some holes or drives from the previous hole or the next hole ahead of these guys.
Ezra has a
hole, chase card, piping one down the right side, playing that OB line, and ooh, nice little checkup bounce.
That kind of helped there, keep him a little closer to the basket. He's got albatross opportunity.
Big time. That's right. We're playing B position today.
Yep, it could happen. Nathan Queen putting it way out there too.
Yeah, you put a move on that one.
I'm underselling that guy's distance earlier on. Sorry. AB. Ooh.
He's running it. About 38 feet.
This could get hazard real quick if it misses.
No, he got some metal.
Okay, good.
That's a place to miss. Got a bunch of that band, took all the speed off, didn't add any angles to the disc really when it hit the ground.
Yeah, got a good nestle right there.
He did.
Isaac, this will be his birdie putt. Looks like just inside the circle.
Nicely done, sir. He's having a slow day. I think that only puts him at 2 under for the round.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, he was coming in at 10. He's sitting at 12 right now.
Hanging on. He was up there in the lead card. Now he's fallen off into the 11th place tie with Noah. Yeah.
Noah Meitzma?
Yep. He shot an 8 down today and climbed up the board 10 spots. And Isaac's fallen back a bit to him. And just like we were talking about, beginning of the show, I mean, have a slow start, have a slow few holes, and you guys get into a rhythm early and put together a solid round, and next thing you know, you're right next to him. And look at Alex Russell. I mean, jumping up the board 30 spots, 28 spots.
Is he still in second, or as a?
He's dropped down to 5th for the moment.
Okay.
We got Chris Dickerson up top. Eagle McMahon also tied at 19 now. Ezra Alderhold is 18 down.
Popping in some chase card coverage on 888. Nathan Queen, second shot. Playing to that layup zone past the pine fir tree thing. That's great.
Yeah, good spot to be in.
Can he jump putt from there? Is it as
Oh
close
yeah.
as it looks?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
big time.
And just coming in, an eagle 3 for Garrett Gerthy on the treacherous 13th.
Cool.
So that takes him into 6th place.
Oh, Double G making some moves today.
8 under for the day, 15 under for the tournament.
How's 888 playing right now?
It is among a trio of the hardest holes on the course, and
Okay.
it's in flux right now as scores are still coming in. But it's 13, and it's 17, and it's 18.
Okay.
Those are the contenders for your hardest hole out here. Which, I mean, I know we've been talking about Alex a lot, but to go birdie on the hardest 2 of 3 to finish it, I mean, just even that much more impressive to me.
Kyle Klein trying to lean that one
That's a
out there.
Good break. He didn't go shooting into the shul over there, as we like to call it on the road. And
Yeah.
he's still got an opportunity to get up and down for a birdie. It's just not an ideal position.
Kind of like Eagle yesterday, right? Kind of made a similar mistake.
Yeah, similar mistake, but Eagle pressed up the fairway a bit further.
He did do that, you're correct.
Kyle looked like he was a bit nervous about that tree line and just hugged it right at it.
Chris wants no part of running this island.
I'm surprised. I mean, he's in a good place. He's tied for the lead. He doesn't have to force the issue right now. If he puts a good move on this disc and makes it around the corner a little ways, and he'll have a pretty manageable look at the green from there. That's fine.
Yeah. PA3 or M3 from Chris.
Yep, he'll be throwing a putter onto the green from there.
Yeah.
Here's the overhead look of the iconic hole 13, also known as 888. Down in the B position today, right there at the top of your screen. It's a little nook of that big island that you could see.
We were talking about this earlier. Do you think A to B makes a big difference scoring-wise, Nate?
Maybe not as much as you would think, because this close position is so treacherous.
And
I think it's
surrounded
hard.
by OB, right?
It's really hard to be in a place where you can get a nice, easy, short putt. So I think it's probably slightly easier, but only slightly.
Yeah, not like a full stroke or anything.
Ezra is going for the Nico LaCastro albatross line, and he pulled it way out there, playing it super safe. It's going to need a bounce, and no!
Wow, I thought it had everything it needed. Just too wide, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has enough speed to carry that shot, but that attacking angle looked like it flipped up on him just a little bit more than he needed, you know? Like, you're really aiming for the middle and then skip back towards the bottom left side. You know?
Okay.
You don't want to aim all the way up at the top where the other basket is, because then you're carrying another 85, 90 feet.
Getting a good look as we fly over 888 right now. It is the cart path is inbound, so right of the cart path is out of bounds until you get to the street right here, and the OB ends, and then you're pitching across the street here to the green.
Yeah, you can see it's really skinny in front and skinny to the right, but you got some room left and long. You know, if you're going to make your mistake like these guys are trying to do, come in on the backside. You know what I mean? If you're throwing the hyzer across, you're trying to come in on the backside. So here we go. Ezra gets to progress from the last place he was in bounds, so he gains some feet. Basically got the same shot. You know, I'd be looking at, you see those 3 Innova banners out there in the background? I'd be aiming at the one in the middle, just like that. Hang it out there. Know the disc has got plenty of distance to carry. And he doesn't give it enough again.
Really?
It doesn't look like he went full speed, and you need some more air and more angle.
How far is this shot, Nate, you think?
My guess, 320.
Okay.
Something like that. And he threw this way too fast.
That's got it.
Oh, no.
And I don't know enough about Ezra's game. He's kind of new on the scene. And obviously in this moment, super easy to question his tactics. So far be it from me. But I don't know why he's playing over in this tight position, because even if had his first one gone in bounds, that's an unrunnable putt.
It really is, isn't it?
I don't know why he isn't playing around the other side to set up the jump putt, because this is gone too. Get a big skip. Come on.
Okay. Wow.
But as you can see, that's unrunnable right there.
Yeah,
even if
he
gets there on his first, you know, I don't know.
He would have got an easy birdie, though.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, he was just trying to hop onto the green.
I suppose.
Chip up there, take his birdie, and move on. You know, he wasn't trying to go Nico LaCastro aggressive albatross line, because we know what that looks like.
You're right.
That wasn't the line. He was totally trying to bail out way up high,
then
concede
layup
the hole, take his layup for his 4. And I mean, I like that play. If I landed in his spot and I had his arm speed, I would do the same thing. He just didn't execute.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. He didn't execute the shot necessary. And if you got the disc higher in the air, gave it more angle, both of those first two shots would have had a chance to flare onto the green.
Yeah, that's 100% correct, and I think you're right. As you talk about it, he's definitely playing for a layup on the island. He's just doing it in a riskier way, perhaps.
I agree with that.
But that's golf.
I agree with you. He chose his path, and he didn't execute, and these are the things that happen.
Yep.
You know, it's unfortunate to watch, and it's tough to have to say it about it, you know, but that's the reality of the situation.
It's like Eagle has a cloud breaker in his hands on hole 13.
Ooh, that's got a hook up, man. He kind of dragged that one over a little bit, and he's going to need that. There you go. Okay, that was a little scary for a second. You could see him waving it over, huh? He was like, come on, get back on the safe side up the line. Just gets back over there. He's in prime position. He'll have the option. Throw his flick around, try to make his birdie from the front side, or he can attack the green and try to make his birdie from the island.
It feels like Eagle just has a game plan, and he's playing his game plan.
Absolutely. His round looks almost identical to yesterday.
Right? Yeah. Or as much as he can in a good way.
As far as the game plan is concerned, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is great.
Oh, we know he's going to mush the disc down the fairway. That's in prime time position
passing
right
up
there.
Eagle.
Prime time position.
Isaac up next. He is throwing a nitro again.
He's going to tail off a little bit to the left side of the fairway, but I think he's thrown it far enough that it's not going to hurt too much. I mean, he's got the option to go either way now.
Yep. Getting word from Nate Perkins that was an MD5 on Eagle's upshot for 12.
AB still not connected. That's up there. I mean, he's okay. It's not the worst place to be. He just, obviously, you can see by the body language, he's not feeling connected to his game right now. You know what I mean? And the disc is coming out early. He's having a hard time with the trust issue. But he's not in the worst place, you know what I mean? For the shot that he needs to do next, he can throw his flick around the corner and push the OB at the front of the island.
Yeah.
Not the island, but the front of the fairway.
Sure.
Technically, and just chip one across, like right there where Chris Dickerson is.
This is Dickerson for birdie?
I imagine it would be.
Probably. I mean, it usually is.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been on one all day. It's flashing 4, so that was a birdie for Dickerson.
Nice, Chris. What's his round right now, Philo?
Chris Dickerson is cruising right along, the leader at 20 under par, 10 down through 13, 1 bogey, 1 par.
Wow.
This dude's stat chart is off the chains right now. 100% fairway hits, 77% circle 1, or 92% in circle 2. He hasn't had to scramble once. 100% circle 1, 50% circle 2.
Wow. Philo, those stats aren't off the chain. Those stats are in the chains, man.
There you go. That's
wow.
You better stop that.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
I'm just teasing you, man. No worries.
And this is Ezra for a 10.
Is it really? Oh, no.
Well, that was on the list of holes that can bite you.
It was, wasn't it?
You know, 888, hole 13, you know, it's not a gimme. You know, the shots are there. You have a ton of space to work with, but make one bad choice, and next thing you know, you're re-throwing from 400 feet away just to the island, not even to the basket, you know, and it's a lot of stress and pressure to put yourself under, you know.
Is AB thinking about it right now, Philo?
You know, he's going to let those guys clear out, and he's going to bomb one into the middle of the island.
He's got a high-speed driver in his hands right now.
He's just going to rip one. He should. I mean, he's got the arm speed, the abilities to get there, the shot shaping skills. It should be like a baby tiny flex on the disc, and just punch that thing all the way to the back. Just don't take any chances getting cute. Make sure it's got some air under it. That's the key.
Let's do this, AB. Looking at his second shot right now. Trying to get onto that island green on 888.
Put the full smash on it. Get up. There you go.
Yes, sir.
That's the play I was talking about before. He got the disc up in the air. You saw when it was coming into the ground, it had enough air under the disc. When it got that bounce, it wasn't into the curb. It actually got a little air and a little lift. Just it's a 3.5-inch curb.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't need much.
One little bunny hop is all you need, and if that noses up, you'll crawl over it most of the time. You know what I mean? And he did it right. That was excellent. Excellent execution there.
Isaac throwing a reactor for his second shot.
He's trying to chase it down. He's going for it.
What? I did not expect this one.
Let's see what's going to happen here.
Skip again.
I told you. See what I'm saying? I've been playing this place for 13 years, man, and you know when the disc leaves the guy's hand and he puts the right action on it, it's got a chance.
Yep.
There's no guarantees, but you could tell when Ezra threw it, that wasn't it. You know? You can just see it right out the gate. Like, that's not enough. That's not the height. That's not the angle. That's not the attitude. 2 excellent shots in a row right there.
And he's close enough for an eagle putt, is he not?
Like, he's inside circle 1.
Okay, cool. It looked like it.
The double skip makes me a little more nervous. But
didn't it?
Absolutely.
It worked out.
That second one's never as high as the
It's all about
first.
the angles, man. If you don't have that disc on angle, it's not going to happen. Yeah. You throw it out there flat, it's into the curve. You're progressing and throwing 4.
I've got a double skip ace.
There you go.
That's right.
This looks like he's going for his own albatross right here, gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
A little bit wide. That's got to simmer down. Oh, no.
Oh, man. He was flirting with it yesterday real hard.
Yeah, he almost did the same mistake when the basket was in the long position.
Mm-hmm.
Came up way left and low on the island and then almost threw it in for his eagle. Right?
Yes, he did. That's correct.
And so now running it, trying to get it in tight, and just a little bit too much heat on that one, and he's going to have to progress and drop a disc down.
And here's Eagle playing his game, Philo.
Smart golfing right there. Try to press it up to the front edge of that fairway up there. There you go.
Oh, man.
He's going to have an eagle putt from there.
Wow. And you see the spotter, give him green. That's actually 3-time Masters World Champion and Disc Golf Hall of Famer Stan McDaniel.
Is it really? Wow.
He's looking like Jesus' older brother out there. Hair all long and gray. What a hippie. We love that guy.
Here's a replay of Isaac getting it onto the green. I can't wait to watch this double skip again. Ooh, so
by the
sneaky.
skin of his teeth, as they like to say.
Sneaky. Wow, that was great. And here is Paul, which had the opposite reaction.
Yeah, I think Paul was just a hair too aggressive on this play. It looked like a nice safe play, but that skip was so big.
It was. So here he is throwing 4 right now.
He's still being aggressive. Look how high and spiky that is. He's trying to be right on the basket when he finishes and pulls it out a little bit wide. So he's going to have about a 50-footer. Putting that OB everywhere.
Ooh.
What do you think he does?
I was going to ask Nate. What do you think, Nate?
Safe run.
Yeah, a safe run.
My guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to give it a try. I don't think he's going to fully lay it up, but we'll see.
AB at the front of the pack there, getting onto the island safe. He's got an eagle bid too, but it's going to be a long one. Popping over to our chase card right now. Back to Ezra. Look at the comeback from that handful or double handful of strokes he got on the last hole.
That's got to slow down.
Ooh,
there we go.
That was almost looking like a...
Ooh, okay, there you go.
Drew described his ace, right? Jumping off the path right there.
That could be a benefit or detriment.
Oh, sure.
It's a 50-50. It's a coin flip. That's the best way to say it. When you come in that high and that hot, you're hoping you hit the grass. Drew got lucky and hit the pavement and found the chains. You know what I mean? And that's one in a...
We got eagle for eagle.
Eagle for himself. Oh. Dang it. Good bid, though, Eagle.
Tap in birdie.
Really well played hole, though.
Tap in birdie.
Yep.
He gave himself a bid, and he still gets a birdie.
It's a good day.
Smart golfing right there.
I mean, I'm certainly biased towards the style that I like to play the hole, but I feel like what Eagle did there, the stress level is so much lower than these guys going over the
is that your play as well?
My man.
Yeah.
Move it up there to the second area, and then your jump across. You can actually set up a short putt
I mean, obviously, you do it like AB, you're happy. You got across,
Yeah.
but that's a stressful shot. He's going 450 over out of bounds.
Yeah, here
Well, I mean, for AB, well, here's the thing. I think the guys with that fast arm speed, it's a little less stressful than it would be if, say, you or I were trying to make that happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They can push the disc 550 on one angle. We got to go full flex. You know what I mean? So these dudes, you know, when they're in that position and they're like, okay, I can push a little bit here and I can still be safe, they're going to do that. You know, they're going to get onto the island and take that pressure off. And if they get close enough where they have the eagle putt, they take it. If they're not, lay up like AB does, walk away with your 4. 4 is still gaining strokes on folks.
Oh, yeah, it's gaining 6 on Ezra.
That's got to stop.
Oh, he did. It didn't
I
stop.
can't tell. No,
It
he's
went
putting again.
It went OB.
That was not a safe run.
It wasn't, was it?
That was aggressive.
I'm sure he's thinking he's going to hit at least
Now
middle
he's
worst
gotta
case
ask-
type, you know?
I think he gets to play from the last place. It was inbounds.
Oh, yeah. Once he's established on the island.
Now it's
Yeah.
regular OB
Yeah.
rules, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he was almost about to line up like he had to take the same putting in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody just told him, hey, man, you can take it where you slid out. Well,
So
obviously,
is this for 8?
Macbeth is not happy.
Is that right, Nate?
Double bogey 7,
7.
this putt.
Wow.
That putt was for par.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, thank you.
There's a birdie.
Nice. Isaac?
Isaac,
Yeah, well done, sir.
I believe so.
Great second shot.
Yeah, is that not an eagle?
That was eagle.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You are right.
You're right. Look at us.
That happened real quick. Thank you, Nate.
And
Correction.
There's eagle for birdie.
Little mix up there. We apologize for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Don't want to knock the man off his pedestal there. He did a great job earning an eagle.
Yeah, threw 2 amazing shots and a clean putt.
Yeah, that's a couple eagles on 888 today. Garrett Gerthy had one just a little while ago, and he's now snuck up into 5th place. 9 down through 14 holes, so
And now he can say, remember that time I got 4 strokes on Paul Macbeth in 1 hole?
there you go.
It's a short list of people that can say that.
And it's almost certainly the hole we just watched.
Yeah, yep. There is a non-stoked Paul looking to get back in the mix on this next hole. Here is Ezra coming back. Good putt there. On our chase card, stopping that hemorrhaging from the last hole.
Mm-hmm.
Even with a 10, he's still at 13 down overall, you know? Could be worse.
It could be.
Yeah, and, you know, as all tournaments do, starting to space out here. Even taking a 10, it only dropped him about 5-6 places.
Really? Interesting.
So things are starting to kind of, the cream's rising up to the top,
That it is.
as we say.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of Dickerson, blowing past 20, this is for 21. Ooh. That one thought about making an exit, but
That guy is a machine.
yeah. He is.
Chris Dickerson has had 1 bogey, 1 par, and everything else is blue.
Wow. How,
So he's got a chance to better Alex Russell's finish here.
wow.
He's got 4 holes to play. 15's completely birdieable. You get past the triple Mando. 16, he's got both angles he can throw on that. He's got to avoid hole 17, and he could go mid-range on 18 and make birdie.
Yeah.
You know, so it's right out there in front of him. We'll see what happens.
Oh, we're looking at hole 14 currently, I believe. Is it all right? 14? Yeah, 14. This feels like one of those big forehand, you know, really helping your game on this one.
This feels to me like Eagle McMahon and Chris Dickerson are tied.
Are they?
You know, not to curse Eagle at all, but this is a hole that he feasts on.
Yes,
with
he
that
does.
forehand. He can swing it out wide and just stick it. So obviously Chris showing at the 1-stroke lead, but with Eagles on the tee of 14, if you're expecting anything other than birdie, you know, you're probably not going to be happy with the result. 'Cause he is so good with that shot. We'll see what he does, but I think he's got a great chance.
We saw this yesterday. Paul had to kind of throw the flex to get it there. Eagles just one angle.
Mm-hmm. I'm really curious to know if these dudes are checking live scores very often and they're really paying attention to what's going on, or are they just staying in the moment?
I know Eagle is very anti. Like, he does not want to know what's going on at all. He just is very in his game, and it suits him really well.
I feel like that stuff's not necessary until you're coming down the home stretch.
That's when
know
his
what I
dad
mean?
pats that tournament, he'll follow along.
You gotta play your game and not get into that headspace and worrying about things and, oh, that guy's playing 10 under golf right now, I'm at 3. It's day 2, 4-day championship. These things will play out over time. You worry about that stuff. You're going to play your game regardless. You have to play your game regardless. You know, you have to stick to your strategy.
It's way too early to care about anybody but yourself at
Absolutely.
this point.
Yeah.
My point exactly. Well said, sir.
Eagle. I think he threw a FD3 today. He threw the Cloudbreaker yesterday.
He's outside
I wanna say.
circle one. He's got a mini death putt there.
Yeah.
The power of the commentator's curse. Sorry, Eagle, but he may still make that putt.
He may.
He
but
played it
it's
a little safe.
A little more stressful than he was liking.
I'm gonna say
Hoping
Eagle's
for.
approach to the scoring thing though is when his dad's in the tournament, he'll be watching you disc, and if he needs to tell Eagle, you know, coming down to the last couple of holes, he'll kind of let him know where he's at.
Another uncharacteristic miss by Anthony Barella. Just completely burned that one over out the gate, and it never had a chance.
No, it didn't. unfortunately.
Something's going on the inside with AB. You know what I mean? He's having a hard time just kind of getting back to the basics. You know, and that's so important. Is to just, all right, I'm just going to buckle down and just focus on this one swing, and it just hasn't really been happening for him.
Here's the Paul Macbeth forehand. Didn't
He
flip
let
it.
that one out early too.
Yeah, it's gonna come up short.
He's going to be over there with Eagle looking outside circle one. Oh, look at this roll. Well, I mean, it gave him an extra 5 or 6 feet, but still not ideal. Some interesting things can happen putting from up there.
Yes, yes they can. Is it a destroyer or an X-Cal shot, Nate?
For me personally, X-Cal.
Yeah.
I don't quite need the flip up and ride, but I think either one could work. It's a wide rim driver for almost anybody throwing forehand, I would think, because it's playing 375. It's a little longer than that, but downhill it feels to me a pretty full flat to hyzer.
Isn't that a discontinued run, the Excalibur?
I got all the runs. I don't know. Yeah, the ones I'm throwing are a little older, sure.
Out of Avery Jenkins' basement?
Yeah, some of them.
The green eco plastic.
He's got a couple of gray swirly ones. There's Nathan Queen hitting gaps like a Nathan Queen will do.
That's not the best place to be, though. He's kind
No.
of pinched off on that tree. He's going to have some interesting work to do from there.
Looking at Chris Dickerson's drive right here.
Get inside. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Are you serious? Talk about when things are going your way.
Did he skip off the
He
inside
bounced
of the
inside
the Mando?
of the Mando wall there and power puffed him forward into like prime time position.
exactly where you want to be.
Yeah.
Look at that
Wow.
scorecard, guys.
I always like these.
He looks like two different people from his profile picture to walking down the fairway. It's like you got the nice college kid on one side and then the lumberjack, you know.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay, man.
Oh, he's a great dude. There's no personal attack. It's just kind of funny how much different people can look from one photo to the next.
Sure. AB giving it a bid from the hazard, but that is going to be a bogey best case now.
He sure is hacking down Winthrop Gold right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Chris Dickerson, I mean.
Yeah. Isaac? Yeah, just laying up for his par. Smartly done. No business to get too crazy from out there. See what Eagle and Paul do. I'm curious how aggressive they get on these putts. Because they could go very wrong.
It's Eagle for a share of the lead.
He's thinking about it.
He's at least going through the motions of drying that putter off.
He's ready.
Nicely done, Nate. Nicely done.
This could be Eagles' week, you know.
Oh,
if
yeah.
he keeps this up, he's got a great game plan brewing. He is banging putts from all over the yard. This could be Eagles' week, you know. He's put himself in position a few times, you know, to be in the hunt, to be in the mix, and just didn't quite get the job done. He was out at Conapiste, I think, was his last time he was really in contention, you know, really, really in contention. And, like,
But
I have a feeling this could, you know, the way he's playing right now, he looks totally comfortable and calm.
he does. The bonus of making that putt is now Paul can't lay it up.
Of course not.
Not that Paul was ever going to lay it up, but uh-oh.
We just talked about it.
And the thing I always think about Eagle McMahon is you see him playing a strategic brand of golf.
Mm-hmm.
Despite
his physical tools.
Yes.
And you don't see that from a lot of guys with his skill set. And I've always said, I've traveled with him in Europe and tried to tell him what I can, not to take any credit for his success, but I always said if he plays it smart, he throws it so much farther than me. How can I possibly beat him if he plays his smart game? Did Paul roll to here?
He certainly did. He is in the hazard, putting back up for four now.
4. He's about to. Oh my goodness.
Got it.
Wow.
Got it. Never count the man out. He's always got a chance. If he's got a swing, he's got a chance.
That was ridiculous. If you ask Eagle, though, Nate, he'll say your name when he talks about his game, man. Like,
I'll let him give me credit, but I'm not going to take credit.
He's told it to me before. I've heard it.
I mean, that's a lesson that I think all of these super talented, fast-throwing guys should learn, is golf is not just about throwing far. You got to learn to position yourself for the shots that you like to throw.
That's a good one.
Set yourself up for the stuff that you do all the time, that you're comfortable with. Don't just show off and throw far, and then you put yourself in a position where, some of these touch shots may not be their forte.
Yeah.
But if you took, a little extra distance off and got yourself in position with a more comfortable range.
That was Nathan Queen on our chase card, asking for a little bit of love there.
And there might not be a better course in the world for showcasing the point Philo's making.
Oh, right.
Because this is so punitive. If you try to go big and if you aren't perfect like AB was yesterday, he went big all day and he was perfect, and he has the lead. But you try it again, doing that 4 times in a row. I don't know how sustainable it is. As tough as this course is, as tight as the ropes are.
Chris
Thank
Dickerson.
you for making that super clear for us, Nathan. That was perfect, man.
Yeah.
That was great.
Getting it right in there. Did he penetrate decently? Talking to his wife, Brittany, over there.
He might have got a little circle inside circle 1. It's hard to tell. It's so dark in there.
Yeah, it's like the darkest spot in all of disc golf, I feel like.
Yeah, under the holly bushes of hole 15.
His wife's out here shooting photos, I believe. Yeah. Looking at Ezra right now.
He's in a nice place to attack the green.
I say this is his drive. It was a good one.
Oh, he's taking on the stuff. Got through.
Oh, that looks great.
Bullseye.
So dark. There we go, seeing in there. And we got our drone flight for 15. Tell us about it, Philo.
Yeah, hole 15. If you're the righty backhand dominant player, you're going to fire the disc right where that right arrow is on the Mando tree. Throw something pretty overstable and mostly straight out the gate, and just let it drag itself through and flare out left. If you get anywhere near that clump of trees over there, you're in prime time position to throw a little flick, a little putter up shot, aim kind of towards the left side of the green. It's much more open, a little more airspace, a little more navigatable for the putter. Get yourself a nice birdie.
Are you going high-speed driver off the tee or like a Firebird?
I totally am. I'm going destroyer, man. I've been throwing that hole the same way for years, and it's just pipe the disc, commit to that flat, low shot on the right side. Know the disc wants to hook up. Don't even worry about the left side of the fairway.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's my play. I mean, everybody has their way. I just try to play the percentages for what my game can do.
What's your approach, Nate?
Similar. I'll go low backhand and try to skip around the corner, when I won coming down the stretch, I actually went forehand. When I get a little nervous, I'm not afraid to go forehand to make sure I make that triple. And I don't know. We just saw Kyle Klein in a position I've hardly ever seen anybody. I don't know how he even got there. He was about 180 feet long.
Well, we saw a couple guys go out back here yesterday towards that rock. That's a crush. We're talking 475, near 500 feet to get back there.
Kona accidentally threw up 400 off a tee from on the WNC, and she was sitting down there too. Is this high? It's going to work.
No, that's perfect.
Okay, cool. Nice shot, Isaac.
Yes, sir. That's the spot that I'm talking about right there.
Getting around the
corner.
corner.
Right around in there. That might even have been a little long.
Yep. He's also throwing high-speed driver. That's a Tesla from him. This looks like a Firebird from AB.
There's a great shot from Mr. Anthony Barella. I like how this is skipping and finishing left. That's perfect. That is perfect.
Paul Macbeth looking to come back from that bogey.
Double bogey on the last two.
Ooh, I don't say that often.
He coughed up 4 strokes to eagle, right?
Yeah, sure did. That's fine. Prime territory, right?
Oh, yeah.
And a wild Nathan Queen appears from the bushes.
And he was actually 5 strokes. Eagle was birdie. So double bogey, 5 strokes.
Wow.
Strokes separating Eagle and Paul on those last 2 holes.
That is
You are
a
correct.
separator right
Eagle's
there.
at 21. Macbeth is at 15.
Is Dickerson still at 21 too? So we
He's
got a
still
tie
at
right now.
21. I haven't seen a score come in on 15 for Chris Dickerson.
I think they're still playing it right now. It looks like.
Yeah, they're walking up.
Yeah,
they're
walking up
walking
the
away
putts.
now.
And Alex had slid into 5th, but some of the guys out on the course now backsliding, and he's back into 3rd, tied with Garrett.
Oh, nice. Man, there's just no bad cards out here. I'm like, I want to see that guy. I also want to watch that guy play too.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 75 players in the field, and
They're all ballers.
50 of them probably are borderline household names
Yeah.
if you're a big disc golf fan. So, yeah, no bad cards. You could be getting here pretty early in the morning, and you're going to see some guys you recognize.
Oh, there's going to be some world-class guys that don't cash this week.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like we said at the beginning of this broadcast, the level is up. You know, last year our winner walked out of here at 19 under par. We're not done with the second round, and the leader's at 21.
Wow.
You know, it's just a different year.
Here's Nathan Queen. Hopefully for a birdie, but I feel like it's for par.
Looking at that forecast, though, if the rain and the wind comes, you might not be going a whole lot more under par than you are now.
This is true. Might be
It's
going
true.
the other way.
Play a very conservative brand of golf when the weather shows up out here. You can't go crazy and try to get everything because it will punish you.
So tomorrow's the day for that, Nate?
Saturday, even worse.
Really?
Tomorrow, a little bit of rain. Saturday, more than a little bit.
Happy to be in the booth this weekend. There is Chris Dickerson doing Chris Dickerson things. Was that a par from him? Nope, that was a birdie. He doesn't par.
After that lucky drive, that really did bounce to the perfect position.
Yeah. Kyle? Looking to put this one home?
And Chris is through 15 now, 12 under. He's got 1 par and 1 bogey through 15 holes, 13 birdies.
And Alex had just 3 pars, right?
Correct.
So he can basically tie him, right?
He could come in tied if he
Yeah.
can finish with the turkey now.
There's Nathan cleaning up. As our chase card exits 15 on their way to 16. Our lead card will get going here in a hot second. Don't think Paul will be on the box first, though. Or is he?
They've already driven.
Oh, thank
They're
you.
in the fairway. They're waiting for those guys to clear off the green. So now Paul's first to act.
Which is kind of straight to turnover here, Philo?
Straight to fade. You want to hook up around this little green bushy thing right in there and just kind of push to the left side and get on the ground. And that's another mistake from Paul. It looks like he kicked something, and yeah, he's not happy.
Is that an open putt?
I mean, it's an open putt. I mean, it's better than being under the hollies in the right and navigating 15 little sticky, weird windows. You know what I mean? But you can tell he's not happy with that throw. I mean, he had a couple of options from there. He could have thrown a little flick, a little Annie flick, and just kind of flared it around that blue pole right there and hooked in there, or he could have played a little bit of a lower, tighter line to the left side of the green. And it looked like he kind of got a little high on that and played for the inside line, and it kicked something and shot him off to the left. So he's probably just outside circle one, but not as close as he could be.
Eagle McMahon trying to get back into that tie for a lead with Chris Dickerson. I think this is that MD5 Nate Perkins was telling me about.
Down. Just breaks through the canopy there, and he'll be inside the circle looking for another birdie.
Yep. Hopefully it's not too bad of a putt. Anthony Barella. He's basically thrown back the other way, right, Philo?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, he's in a good spot. He could go flick. He can go backhand. He's choosing to go backhand with his Atlas and try to bleed something through that middle gap. Yeah, it's not too bad. He's well in the circle. Once you miss that big mature tree, you're about 6 paces off the target. So he's right there. Isaac has gone a little bit long. And with his sidearm, that's not the play that I would see. I thought he would have just straddled around that tee and thrown the flick.
Sure.
There's all the airspace over there. Maybe that little bushy stuff was in his face or something. I don't know. He felt that was the right play. And
yeah, sometimes it's hard to see angles from
little
from
ninja branch came out and kicked it down.
Yep. That'll be a par best case from there. Got to look at that aerial view of that.
That's
the heart of darkness.
Yeah, that is. I am so not used to seeing it that way. This is so interesting.
It's great.
So the fairway's on the right side of that tree line and then just hooks right around through the trees and back out on the left side.
Oh, yeah. Too cool.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Isaac. Just laying up for the par from there.
No, he took a run at that.
Did he? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he put that up in the air. You know, usually when guys take a layup, they don't look at it long.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? He was kind of trying to walk that one in almost.
Looks like Paul will be up next. Their putts. Oh, going to the knee, not a good sign.
A little bit obstructed, didn't quite get in there tight enough. Looks like he's about a pace or two outside circle one. It's kind of, yeah, I can see the white flag there on the left, so he's outside circle one. But he's got a couple of weird windows to navigate to get to the basket. Looks like he's picking the one in the middle.
This could be a Paul Macbeth special, though.
It's framed up for him really nicely.
It really is, isn't it?
Got a field goal right there for him. Basket in the middle.
Come on.
You heard he dunked the cage, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He can feel it. This round's slipping away from him. Eagle's been stretching his lead over the last few holes, picking up 5 strokes over 2. Paul Macbeth is not too happy right now.
You don't see him like this kind of off as cool, calm, and collected very often.
I mean, he's still keeping it cool, but you can tell he's not happy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's not super thrilled with what's going on right now, and, you know, I can understand, you know, he's in a tough position. He's on the lead card in a major championship. We know what Paul's all about. He's chasing down Ken Climo's legacy of, you know, most major wins all time, and that's important to him, you know, and this is what he thrives on, are these moments. And you know, he wants to be like the wire to wire or in contention, right in the mix the whole time. You know, he wants to be on that lead card. He wants to be in the mix, in the hunt, watching things go down. And the way things are shaping up right now he's on the chase card.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Currently 5th, 7 back of both Chris and Eagle.
Yeah.
Well, who just tied Chris with a nice putt right there.
Yep.
That's just not where he wants to be. And I think that's what we're seeing right now, is this is not where he wants to be. We all know he can come back and strike and, you know, do some world-class things that most of these guys don't do on the regular. You know,
Obviously, yeah, certainly can't count him out, but 7's a lot of throws.
It
you
is.
know, it can slip away quick.
Yes, it could.
Get a look at 16. Walk it through us, Nate.
16 is a little downhill with hazard on both sides. We're going to be playing, obviously, to the longer basket with the sticks for the USDGC. You can go straight at it with a backhand and try to flip it up a little. It plays probably in that 375 neighborhood, or there's a big forehand around the outside that I'm pretty sure Eagle will show us.
You are correct, sir. We're looking at our chase card drives right now. This is Chris Dickerson.
Taking it down the inside line. He's got it bent over a little bit. He's going to need a little help to stay safe, and unbelievable. He missed everything. Yeah, there's about 7 or 8 trees down that right side.
Ezra with the forehand play Nate was mentioning.
Wide and
For
outside,
Eagle.
over stable.
Oh, that's
He's over
way
there
short.
short by the ladies' basket.
Hey, he must have caught a tree. Kyle Klein. Also taking that inside line.
That's drifting a little bit to the right, too.
It's Mahmoud Barani approved.
Ooh, early tree.
And Nathan Queen, our lefty, can just play the hyzer.
Absolutely. He's got plenty of space, plenty of arm speed to play it out there about 40 feet from the basket. boom, right there. Flare, knurl, inside the circle putt.
And there is a layup from Kyle after coming up quite a bit short.
I imagine we'll be seeing the same thing from Ezra.
Yeah.
A little bit out of position, obstructed putt, probably a weird stance or a straddle to get a good look at the basket. But the good news is the mozzarella sticks aren't in his way.
Consolation prizes?
Absolutely. You got to take your wins where you get them out here, right?
That is for sure, my friend. There is his up/half go, and that'll par.
It's a little more forgiving out there on the right side than it had been in previous years.
Oh, yeah?
You know, it felt like that OB line was tighter up on those trees over there, and if you tugged over on that disc a little earlier, see that thing drifting on the right side of the fairway, your heart rate instantly spiked up, going up, there goes another stroke. And now there's a little bit of forgiveness over there. Oh, Chris Dickerson lining up his step-through putt.
Hopefully the start of a turkey to tie Alex Russell for the hot round of the day.
What can you say, man? What can you say? The man is a robot.
Humans shouldn't be able to be this good.
He's one of the most automatic feeling guys from that 40-foot range because he's so methodical. He goes through his routine, and you'll find yourself playing against him just counting them before he even makes them.
Yep.
There's a lot of controversy over that style putt, though. You know?
Yeah.
That step through, can't tell if the foot hits the ground before the disc leaves thing, you know? Like,
or if your plant foot came up.
Yeah, there's just a lot of, debate about that action, and a lot of people are like, yeah, we shouldn't, allow the jump putt or the step through putt till you get outside circle 2.
That step putt is working today. Look at these stats, Philo.
Fire.
He's got all of them.
Straight fire. 95%, 74%, 94% circle 1, 63% from circle 2. He's not leaving much to be desired out there. I mean, he's pretty much got everything working.
He does need a new headshot, though.
I think so.
It's time. You gotta get that beard in there, man. Beard plays. Eagle McMahon. You going Cloudbreaker or FD3 here?
I think probably Cloudbreaker.
That looked like
and
an
I think this is
FD3.
going to be the softest anyone's ever thrown a forehand 390 feet.
He told me he was going to go Cloudbreaker, so. Yep.
Yeah, and you see that? He didn't
The
even...
spotter's too much right now, man. I'm pretty sure he knows it's safe, We appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't think they're blind,
He's doing the best job he can. He's killing it out there. AP with the forehand play, following those vapor trails, as my man Philo
he put
puts
that
it.
up a little bit higher, a little bit wider, but it's going to be in the same place, in the bullseye. Here
Same
comes
deal.
the spotter. Let him know.
Get him that love.
You parked it.
You're never mad when you see a green flag.
No, but you can laugh about it a little bit when people get overly enthusiastic about, their job out here, showing us if we're safe or not when we're 10 feet from the basket.
That's fantastic.
That's pretty fun.
And it looks like Isaac kind of burned that one over a little bit. He was throwing his neutron vector. Kind of got a little too much ante into that tree line. Stayed out of the hazard, though, at least.
He's safe.
Yeah. And Paul
Play.
Macbeth needs to just get it going right now. Get back in the mix.
He does.
Threw a buzz yesterday. It looks like a different disc today.
This looks like the line. Absolutely. Parked it. A little bit of champ love with the ground play, but he threw a much better looking shot that he did round 1, where he kind of put it up high with the buzz and left, and then he caught the foliage and didn't get the champ love on the way down on the stakes and everything, and that's just a much better looking way to attack this hole. Keep the disc closer to the ground. He's got plenty of speed. He doesn't have to go overstable. He just let the disc glide and ride its way up to the basket, and he's tapping in for a birdie.
Here are our hot rounds of the day. Alex Russell with that sitting on that 15. It kind of looks like a little bit like yesterday, and then Alex Russell with that outlier round sitting up there.
He's got to feel good about that. I mean, you get your name in the history books at the USDGC. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's going to matter now for him, where he finishes in the tournament after. I mean, of course he cares.
Yes.
But nobody can take that away from him.
Yeah, that's a really cool feeling, I bet.
Like, that's something he's going to remember for the rest of his career. I came out and tied the course record at USDGC in 2020.
The world's best test of all the world's best.
Absolutely. And you know, in a way, I'm kind of rooting for him to like hold that score for the day. You know, like I like Chris Dickerson. It's not a personal thing, but Alex hasn't had a tour championship.
Ooh, those are some friendly sticks.
Alex hasn't had one of those marquee moments, you know, something that he can say, I did that day, and I was the guy for the hour. I was the man of the hour, you know?
Yeah.
I'd really like him to have that.
He's just a nice, humble guy, too.
Absolutely.
You know,
He's so quiet.
He is.
He hardly talks. He doesn't brag about himself. He doesn't, you know, he has zero ego.
Yes. All things true. Eagle. For 2.
Cash money, baby.
Automatic.
Keeping pace with Chris.
He knows what's the deal. I bet you he can feel it. You know, and now they've caught up to him, so he can see what's going on. I mean, obvious now they're 700 feet away, heading up towards hole 7, but I mean, he's been watching, and he can see what Dickerson's doing. They're only one card in front of him. That gap, that 15-minute gap of tee times has passed, and you know, he can kind of watch. He doesn't need to look at the phone and see where the scores are. He can just check out, you know, what his body language is and kind of get a feel for how he's doing. I'm sure somebody, I mean, he's got to have an idea of what's going on out here.
17 chase card. That's Chris Dickerson. He's in. Big time, guys.
1.5 meters. That was close.
That's a huge throw.
He's liking it.
Yep.
Nod right there. He's like, I got another putt.
Oh, look, a jump putt. I don't mind those.
Nope. It's a dangerous one.
It is a dangerous one.
But he's been putting. He's been on fire. Nathan Queen on the box here at 17B. Basket's about 25 feet right of where it normally is, and it's almost exactly the same distance. It says 254, but I had the rangefinder, and they're basically the same distance, different angle. If you land where you would when the basket's on the left, you're parked.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
If you think about it that way, just throw the same shot you would do if you're trying to be aggressive playing for the pin on the left. Throw the same shot, and you're even closer than you would be if you were aiming for the left pin. You're right there.
Looks like an ABR X3, if I'm guessing.
I think that's the right play. Throw something overstable and slow, and just boom, right there.
Beautiful.
Perfect
Nice
shot.
shot, Nathan. Love
The
to see that.
lefty has a total advantage on this hole. You know what I mean? Total advantage. The biggest part of the green is right in the direction their disc is already traveling. The touch, the
where
feel.
it wants to go.
You can throw something slower. You don't have to turn it over.
Ezra for hoping only one tin cup moment this round.
Get down.
Yes, that looks good.
That's right there.
Yeah.
5-6 paces.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
there's his yellow flags halfway in the circle.
Well done,
He's
Ezra.
living life there.
Yeah. Kyle?
Looks like he's going some kind of mid-range or putter
Yeah.
with the flick, which is a little more technical,
It sure
a little
is.
touchier.
Yep.
You going a fast driver here, Nate?
I throw a Firebird here.
You have all the touch in the world, and you're going Firebird, and Kyle Klein, the youngster.
Oh,
We tried to jab it in there.
I don't consider myself a great slow disc forehand thrower.
No?
That's not
Even
a
that
part of-
awesome throwing you had over at Santa Cruz in that match.
I can do it a little
skins
bit.
match,
I can
mean,
do it a
come on,
little
man.
bit, but
You
I'm
do
not
some
going Mako
things.
3 off of this tee.
Okay. Come on, man. I pay attention. I know what you can do. You got the touch.
All right, guys. What do you got to say about 17 as we fly down the fairway?
Land safe. First priority must be land safe. Whatever it is you want to do, you know.
Safe is way more
Safe
important than a birdie
is-
look.
It is. And people need to understand that when they show up to this hole, you know, like whatever is going on through your mind, first order of business is land safe.
Yeah.
You know, and if you got to look at the birdie 2, great. If you don't, a 3 on this hole is still strokes on folks.
Yep. And we talked about, Johnny McRae's blow up. I got to ask you guys, what's the worst blow up you've had on 17?
I've had it. I might have maxed it out. That's an 8, basically.
Yeah, okay.
I've definitely taken a 7, maybe an 8.
I've definitely had double bogey on 17. I mean, I got one right at the end of the tournament last year, and it was one of the most painful moments of my tournament. But I'm sure I've had worse at one point or another. I've been playing this event for 13 years, and I'm sure somewhere down the road I took an 8 or a 9. When it was stroking distance, progressing.
Those days, oh my goodness.
Marty Hafner at 27, go collect your disc, come back up the hill kind of feeling. That's what it feels like.
So here is Dickerson for the birdie. How far is that basket from the bails?
2 steps.
You can tell. You see the line he put on that putt, so different than his normal putt.
Yeah, he usually putts with a bit more speed, and that time he totally lobbed it over there, and just in case. I mean, you're literally a step and a half from the bails from there. It's right there. So if you put any more speed than to the front part of the cage of the basket, you know what I mean? You're risking it. And he did the right move. You know, he didn't have to have that birdie, although I'm sure he wanted it.
So it looks like Alex has got his solo moment.
It looks like it. Congratulations, Alex Russell. Once again, super stoked for you, sir.
Kyle for a great 2 here.
Nicely done. The youngster from Michigan climbing up into a tie for now 4th place, it looks like. Yep, he just leapfrogged right over Paul Macbeth and Garrett Gerthy. If things ended the way they are right now, he would be on the lead card for the 3rd round.
Wow.
The 2020 USDGC. How about them apples?
That would be too cool to watch.
I'm sure his mom would be freaking out.
I hope she tunes in tomorrow.
She watches everything.
Does she?
Yeah, we got to meet in Emporia, and she's such a nice lady. We had a few minutes to talk, and she's like, "You would be a good mentor for my son." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, we could talk about that." You know, I mean, I'm really stoked for you know, Kyle. We got to play a few rounds on tour this year, and he's got a great game. He's got a great spirit. You know, he's going to be around a long time.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's so many kids like Kyle right now that are just working their way up the system, working their game, working their skills. I mean,
I feel like the jug is just full of cream at this point. There's no more milk left in there, man.
No doubt.
It is all just awesome players now.
Dinosaurs like myself are going to have to start taking a back seat to these guys. Might start playing some Masters tournaments soon.
There were your stats. Chris Dickerson just destroying the card. What a round out of that guy. We're back to our lead card action.
Here's Eagle, and lost in all this drama. Eagle is on 8 birdies in a row right now.
It's really... I believe he's going with the MD5 here. Overstable mid-range.
Same thing as yesterday. He just pushed it way to the back corner.
Yep.
Not even worried about it.
He was on the bails yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, like the other bails over
way
by
on the right.
18's tee pad.
Absolutely. As far back as he could go. He wanted nothing to do with this hole.
When it's on that left position, I like that play quite a lot.
Yeah.
Just go way right and take your 3.
AB with the same play.
Asking for it to go.
Oh, no.
He's going to have to grab another disc and re-tee right away. He doesn't get the privilege of watching the other players throw. And
I don't know how many gators he carries. So
right
at least
up.
2. Well, that might be a Firebird, actually.
It looks mid-range.
Is it?
Looks like it.
Put a little more mustard on that one.
Get in. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Mean after his day he's had.
Talk about when things are just going wrong. If that one trickles out, oh my gosh. I mean, AB would probably go directly to his hotel room and not talk to anybody for the rest of the night if that happens.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's probably just feeling like this course has it out for him right now.
Paul with the zone.
Ooh, I like this run. I like this run.
Right
at the pole.
Sir.
Right out the pole. I mean, one more foot more drag and smash.
Uh-huh. Isaac's got to go with the backhand play. Throwing a neutron reactor.
Ooh.
That
looked a little hot, man. That looked a little hot. That looked a little hot. You can just tell, you know, like there's a certain touch required for this shot with the righty backhand. And that was not it.
Margin for error is small on that.
If you're going to put that speed on it, you got to aim all the way to the far right corner of the Kenny Earslope green. You know what I mean? It's got to be way over there because it's too narrow.
Forehand this time, you guys.
He doesn't like that either. He knew it. He knew it right out the gate. That was too much heat. You got to stall that shot in there, you know? Or if you're going to play the wide high hyzer, you know, a bit more spike to the swing. It can't be such a penetrating swing here.
Looking at his
Fifth shot,
Fifth
and that's
shot.
looking deep too. He's going to the drop zone on the island, and he's putting for 7.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Saw this yesterday.
James Conrad did the same thing.
Simon Lazat did this.
Simon, I mean, it could happen to anyone. And he was battling. He was holding his own. I mean, he wasn't really lighting the course up, but I mean, he was battling. He's at 4 down coming into this hole. I mean, it's respectable.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean? It's not the hottest score ever. It's not the worst score ever. Solid golf. Now he's about to
Gone.
cough them all up.
They're gone.
1 hole.
Yeah. You know, this tournament wouldn't be this tournament without 17, though.
You are correct, sir. Johnny McRae would be a USDGC champion.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a number of guys that this hole has cost them the championship in one way or another. And I'm sure 888 is one of those holes. Hole 11 is one of those holes. Hole 9 was one of those holes. You know what I mean? And there's like a handful that when, especially you're thinking stroke and distance.
Ooh, Chris Dickerson getting barely in bounds there on 18.
Well, this is where he is. He's got an option now. I mean, he's technically out of position.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this?
This is technically out of position. If he's going for that, I mean, that's an aggressive play at this point in the game.
He's lining up an Annie.
Yeah.
That looks like a high-speed driver.
It's a flex shot.
Yep.
I'm not sure how I feel about this, guys.
We'll find out after he throws.
I mean, if he pulls it off, it's going to be one of the best second shots we've seen all tournament.
Did he do it, Philo?
Unreal, dude. Unreal.
Wow.
Unreal.
Chris Dickerson, ladies and gents.
You know, 90% of the field's pitching that up.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
even take. You're throwing up the hill against the grade, gravity pulling against the disc. Gotta miss a tree. Gotta miss a wall of trees on the left side. Gotta carry. That was outside of 380 to get to the basket.
You could see his relief coming out of
Oh,
his body after
that-
that shot. He
What
was
a
like, oh,
huge
gosh.
play. What a huge,
I can relax just a little.
Huge play by Chris Dickerson there. Now he's really putting the pressure on Eagle McMahon to make that birdie to keep pace with him.
But, you know, I don't think Eagle probably doesn't even know. You know, that's
It's possible,
yeah.
you know, like maybe, I mean, like I said, the guy's right out in front of him. He's got to see that Chris has been on the tee pad pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. He's
You know
probably
what I
watching
mean?
him, huh?
He's got to get a feeling, if he doesn't know the exact number, just have some rough feeling of what this guy's doing right now.
Yeah. Kyle Klein, this was a great drive.
Absolutely, that is smashed up the hill. He's right up there parallel with those wood chips. Got a nice angle. That looks a little low. Yeah, a little low. He's going to have to pitch that up. That's a dangerous putt right there.
Yeah, there's no way you can run that one.
No need to at this point. I mean, he's right in the mix. I mean, he's 8 down for the round, 16 for the tournament. He's now back to the second card, top of the second card if he pars out.
Like, maybe you putt that if it's for the win.
Absolutely.
But not in round 2.
No, yeah. Come on. Like, let's get real. There's no need to put yourself under that kind of stress. End of round 2.
I mean, Nate would run it. Most of us would not run it.
I don't think I would even run that for the win. I would happily go to playoff.
Come on, man. Are you serious?
I would go to a playoff before I run that.
Yeah, that is a smart
60
play.
feet, I would take the playoff.
But imagine the glory and the splendor if you make that putt. You know?
It's waiting for you once you win the playoff.
What if the other guy's closer with a birdie putt too, though?
Then maybe you got to.
Maybe you got to, right? Nathan Queen, his second tough angle for the lefty here.
Oh, he's good at this play.
Yeah, we saw a lot in Pittsburgh. Wow. That was beautiful.
Solid job, Nathan Queen. Sorry, he really hates to be called Nate, guys. If you see him out on tour, you're a fan. He'll say it's Nathan.
Yep.
Like, he'll stop you like instantly. Or Queen, one of the two. Get it right.
Yep. We could almost holler to him right now, but we won't.
Yeah, there he goes, walking right past us, right behind us on hole 18 fairway. Talking with Jeff Spring, Disc Golf Pro Tour manager.
There's one thing he does better than anybody else on tour, though, and that's have the biggest towel. Hey,
Absolutely.
you see that thing?
That thing's monstrous.
He's used to playing in those humid North Carolina conditions, you know. A lot of disc wiping going on. Here is Kyle, most likely just laying up for his par.
Yeah, good play.
There you go.
You heard it. Good play. Smart play.
Yep.
Experienced golfer move right there. No need to try to show off at this point. You did all the things that you could do to put yourself in this position. No need in giving any of that back.
Yeah, hold on to all those strokes you collected.
Absolutely. Like we said, the weathers might be changing in the next couple of days. It's going to be all about staying safe, you know, playing conservative, you know, taking the birdie chances when you get them. You know, there's going to be a lot of guys playing for par on some of these holes that they've been attacking if the weather turns, you know.
Chris Dickerson, one more hole of not playing for par. He's playing for birdie right here, guys.
Stellar round.
For a 14 down round?
14 down would be his total if he knocks this in.
We talk about routine a lot, Philo, and I feel like there's nobody better at that than that man right there. It's the same thing every time, and he gets the good result a lot of the time.
Very important. That's why I preach that stuff in my my clinics and my lessons, man. Fundamentals and routines. You know, the more you get locked into those things, the more consistent you get.
Less you got to think.
Less you got to think. You're relying on your instincts and what you've trained and practiced on. And another good birdie and a yank on a chain for Nathan Queen there. That's his little thing that he likes to do.
Yeah.
Remember that from Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Every
we talked to
time
him
he's
about
shaking
that.
hands and throwing up the horns, shaking hands with the basket, and he's stoked. He played a solid round today. You know? He bumped up a little bit more there on the last one. Now tied for 7th. Well, actually dropped a spot overall, but I mean, he's basically in the same spot. Right there. Solid 6 under par. Good round. Chris Dickerson, though.
That's a lot of blue.
That's a lot of blue.
Chris
Not quite
Dickerson
as much.
has 5 pars
The whole
for the
tournament.
championship.
Yeah.
He's exciting, you know. He doesn't like to play boring golf.
24 under is phenomenal.
Smoke show, man.
Getting a look at our lead card here on 18. That's Isaac Robinson on the tee. That's a neutron reactor out of him.
I like the shape of the shot. Just got to keep drifting a little bit right. Get into that little nook right about there. There you go. He's on flat ground. He's got 300 feet to that big mature tree up there, pin high to the basket. Prime position. Prime position to attack the screen.
Halo Destroyer from AB.
That looked like a layup.
like you said, kind of like the. You know, it was a layup. They didn't watch it.
No, don't do that. Okay.
I was gonna say it.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, that can happen and has happened.
Oh man, that would have been the worst to see right now.
And we got a little replay action here on Paul and Eagle coming up right now. So Paul's going buzz again.
That looks a lot better.
A little more height, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's drifting. Uh-oh.
Is that? It is.
That is OB.
Dang. And Eagle ripping the forehand.
Woo.
Oh, that's going
Hey, it
right
stood
too.
up just on time.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Uh-oh.
What's it? And Eagle is inbounds.
All
Thankfully.
right. He snuck past the old Mando tree there, and
And Eagle did miss his putt on 17, so he needs this birdie for a share of the lead.
copy that.
We're getting a look at Eagle's disc right behind me right now. Chilling in a great spot. Looks like Paul will be up next, throwing 3 from wherever he crossed the out of bounds line.
He is literally on the line.
Eagle just barely in bounds. Wow, you can see
Well,
it
I
on
mean,
that.
he's a whole disc width in bounds, but
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Talk about cutting it close, man. That's not the place you want to. I mean, technically, it is the place you want to go be if you're going to go be, but I mean, this is not the time you want to go be. You know, like you're right there, and you don't want to do what Macbeth just did and just. Now he's got to work hard. Just as that same look that Chris Dickerson just had.
I say it looks like it, right?
It's the same uphill stance against the grade. You got to contort your body to turn the disc over and fight gravity.
Kind of side hill / uphill run up.
This is a complicated swing. See how he worked that body anglage, but boom, OB. Didn't bleed it over like Chris Dickerson did. And that's going to be a double OB. Trying to lay up and save his bogey from there. Oh, that's actually going to be a double
It's going to
bogey.
be a 6.
Brutal.
Pitch up 5 and taking a 6.
Oh, man. adding strokes.
You don't need them.
Mm-mm.
Anthony, looking at his second.
It sounds like he gunned that one a little too hard.
He liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's just a big misfire right there again.
Man, Winthrop Gold is it's rearing its teeth today, Philo. It was pretty nice yesterday.
You know, I think the wheels just kind of fell off for AB. The course is playing almost exactly the same as yesterday.
Yeah, conditions are the same.
The conditions are the same. It's just not going well for AB. I think it's just been mentally exhausting for him today, and he just never really got on track.
Yeah.
You know?
Isaac's second shot. Is it going to get around the corner?
He got around, but he's going to have a death putt, 34-footer, looking straight down at the basket.
I'm hoping he lays that one up for. Well, we'll find out what he does.
We'll find out in a second.
And there's Eagle taking his meter in, although still in bounds. You still get that meter.
I imagine he'll play it on the inside of the yucca there.
Think so?
I think so. I mean, he could just burn it over a little bit, something kind of overstable. Aim, you know, towards that stake you can see back there in the background, you know, towards the end of the fairway, the end of the green. There's really no reason for him to try to play around the yucca right now.
Yeah, it looks like he agrees with you, Philo. Doing something pretty slow here, it looks like. Which I like.
Putter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is that enough?
Uh-oh. That's trouble.
That's OB.
Oh.
That's an unforced error.
Totally. We're going to toss it over to Nate. He's got our current tournament leader, second hot score of the day, Chris Dickerson. Take it away, Nate.
Thank you. Hey, Chris. Fantastic halfway point through the tournament. 24 under, only 5 pars for the championship. What was going right out there, aside from everything?
I was about to say most things. I had one shot I can complain about, and that's it. I had a couple of things kind of go my way. Some shots that got away from me that didn't quite make it out of bounds. So, you know, a couple things like that really help.
Man, I mean, we watched you all day, checking in. The putt looks great. You're going to be sleeping on a couple shots, maybe, it looks like. Rain might be coming in. I assume you're feeling good. Just protect what you have and keep pushing.
Yeah, hope for a lot of rain the next couple of days. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on a great start, and we'll be watching you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thank you.
There you go, the great Chris Dickerson sharing a piece of his story today and also capturing a little piece of his own USDGC history. Great shooting today, Chris Dickerson.
Yeah,
great shooting, taking the lead off the chase card, putting down a solid number, almost a flawless round.
No forgetting that round, man.
No way. And that's what this place is all about, you know. That's what makes a great championship. You had a great course, you have a great field of people, you got epic moments, epic memories, and that's really what brings this whole tradition all together.
Here's Isaac. Oh no, Philo. Oh no. I really wanted
really
you to lay up, man.
No, but he's safe, thankfully.
Yeah, he is safe.
Ooh.
That's a long uphill comebacker.
And the same thing could happen again if he comes up short and face mask the basket. That thing could turn around and roll back to his feet, so he's got to be careful. That's why most people are laying that putt up from that 38, 39-foot range, you know. It's like you only take that putt if you really, really need it.
Yeah, that wasn't
and
the spot for it.
And, maybe he just thought he really needed it. I mean, he's been playing a solid round. We talked about it earlier. I mean, he did kind of have a bit of a trouble back there a couple holes ago, but...
Yeah, it looks like he'll be taking on an unforced bogey
took
right
that
there.
Snowman, you know, and he really was trying to get that stroke back and nothing doing.
So Paul's upshot from out of bounds was not great, honestly.
He could have snuck it in there a little tighter, and he's got about a 28-footer here to save his double, and he does so.
Nice to see that at least, though.
Pretty sure we'll be seeing Paul Macbeth make a quick exit out towards his car and try to recoup and reload for tomorrow and come back again and try to take another stab.
Just 3 under today for Paul.
Wow.
That's a rough go for Macbeth. We're accustomed to seeing better from him, and I'm
sure he is too.
It's got to be that lead card thing, you know, like only Eagle's the only guy who kept it together today.
You're right.
You know, Eagle's the only one who really maintained the pace, who stuck to his own game plan, who didn't let too many things get away from him. And there you go, another 11, you know.
That's consistent golf right there.
Another double digits. And that's what I was talking about at the beginning of this tournament, man. This is set up for the guys to go low. They could score out here. There's not a lot of stress involved, especially with the great sidearm play. You know, and it's not a surprise. You look at the leaderboard and you see Chris Dickerson up there, 24 under, leading the tournament, got a 2-stick lead over Eagle McMahon. Alex Russell with his course record tying performance today, putting himself in the history books with his 15 under, is now in 3rd place alone, and they'll be joined by Garrett Gerthy tomorrow for your lead card.
Man, this is going to be really fun to watch tomorrow, Philo.
Absolutely. It's going to be so much fun. I mean, today was awesome just to be out here and watch this all unravel, to see the guys shooting the low scores, to see the big putts, to see the awesome play all around. I mean, I'm accustomed to being out there. I know Nate's accustomed to being out there, and we're kind of like, I know we want to do it too, but it's also cool to be on this side of it and to kind of, you know, enlighten the crowd, enlighten the fans at home watching us live, and giving them the information, making the calls. This has been a blast too, guys. I'm having so much fun.
It's been fun to follow along. You get to see the whole round of somebody you might not see otherwise.
Absolutely. You know? So it's been good times. I mean, the pressure adds on tomorrow.
Yes,
moving day, official moving day is tomorrow. You know, we're going to see a lot of dudes walking up that hill with that same look of intensity, that same desire, that same want. Now it's really game on.
Speaking of moving day, let's check out our movers from today, Philo.
Absolutely. Colin Bailey making that 8 under round. I mean, digging out of the hole from the positive into the negative. That's huge. Will Schustrick again. Had him on earlier. Obviously, Alex Russell. Austin Hannum shooting a nice 8. You got a couple of guys in Calvin Heimberg, Drew Gibson, and then, of course, Ricky Wysocki. Boom. Shooting right back up into the mix. He was kind of like not even spoken of yesterday.
Yeah.
And now, boom, right back in the mix. You know what I mean? So we've got like I said, a long list of savvy veterans have been out here for a long time. They've played this championship, you know, 12, 12, 15 times out of the 22. And they know what to do. They know what it takes to get to the finish line out here. And there's still time. We saw it today. I mean, obviously, Chris Dickerson is starting to separate himself.
Yep.
He and Eagle are starting to spread it out a little bit. There's still time. There's still 2 rounds to go. We're hearing weather may be coming in. Things may get a bit gustier, a little bit more uncomfortable. So we'll see how it shakes out. I mean, tomorrow's going to be another super important day for these guys.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm really curious. We got Double G throwing some bombs. We got Eagle playing this kind of course management game.
It's smart.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of course management, especially for the guys who've got the huge game. You know, looking at Chris Dickerson making that shot across hole 5, I mean, this is like a daydream shot for me. If I'm that far out of position and to park it like that, I mean, Alex Russell getting that putt in on 17, giving himself a chance to tie that course record. I mean, this is standard stuff right here for guys like us on tour, 225 feet into the green.
You know what's really interesting about this place is it's really hard to do well twice in a row out here. You know, other courses you can do.
It can be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you mean, look at what Nate did. He went 50s all through the, you know, his championship run.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's having a consistent game plan, having a consistent game. You know what I mean? And then just sticking to it, battling through the adversities, and, you know, staying mentally focused.
Got it, man. All right, guys. I really, really hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in.